I hope this is working, because this is Animatronic Dinosaurs. I am Allie Rose, and joined by...
Joshua Nolan.
And...
Matt Peters.
All right, let me make sure my headphones are working. So, yeah, I can see.
No, you can also check the show.
I know. I just want to make sure my headphones are working. Headphones working now. I guess. All right, we'll figure this out. I usually hate headphones anyways.
Happy Oscar Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep, happy Oscar Sunday.
Most exciting day of the year.
So, yeah. Let's get these untangled tangleness.
Quick shout out to my mom. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Miss
Happy
Peters.
birthday, Ms. Matt Peters.
Not yet. That's when he gets married.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Whew. All right.
Oops.
So as usual, Dad, I'm gonna need your updates on whether the sound's working or not, like we always do, because I can't figure out whether or not this is working. So, let's open up with some sad news that we got to start the day off with. This morning we lost, within the last hour, we lost a very, very important actor. Bill Paxton passed away at the age of 61.
Very experienced as well.
Yeah, it was apparently complications in surgery.
Yeah.
And Bill Paxton had a really, really incredible career. He did a lot of genre film, a lot of films that people would recognize, probably not him as a lead, but him as a supporting role in so many films. Films such as Twister as his lead, Titanic, Aliens, which is where I remember from, even The Terminator. He was in recent stuff such as Edge of Tomorrow and what's the other one?
Nightcrawler.
And he'll be in the recent film The Circle. So what do you guys think about this?
I mean, he was experienced. He was in a lot of stuff. He's the only person ever to be killed by an alien, the Terminator, and a Predator. So
Yeah, that is true.
I mean,
he was killed
yeah.
by all three of them.
No, it's big. He was still working. His career spanned 4 decades actually into the 80s.
And he would have stayed. It's just...
Yeah, he was still... And the thing about him is he blends into his movies so well. Like Nightcrawler, you don't know that's Bill Paxton per se, but he's there and he gives such a compelling performance.
He's good
Yeah.
in everything he's in. I'd say he's one of the most... he was one of the most recognizable actors working. That when you see him, it's like, here's Bill Paxton. His characters are so they had a range to them that was different. Because you could consider him a character actor, that he has this persona he puts on, but he was different in most things he was in.
Especially in the 90s, he was in so many blockbusters. Apollo 13, Tombstone, which is a great fun Western.
I mean, I will always remember him as Private Hudson from Aliens. Game over, man.
Yeah.
Game over. So that was it. It was a weird time. Weird. It's a weird thing to hear, because it's just kind of it's strange to wake up and hear something like this. Like when John Hurt passed away, it was kind of he was old, but Paxton was 61. That's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we will. I mean, I guess in remembrance of Paxton, why don't you guys go out and watch one of his old films, give him some recognition. And it's what you should do when an actor passes away. Give him some recognition, and then look back on his career and think of all the great things he did.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So with that out of the way, it is the day of the Oscars. So we have our Oscar picks. If you guys were with us since last year, this would be even before the start of all of the recorded shows. This is pre-recorded shows, just Matt and I last year with the Oscars. I think you destroyed me, because you picked Mad Max Fury Road to sweep all of the technical categories, and I did not.
That was a big thing.
Yeah, that ended up being...
I was 5 right there.
being the win there. So today we will be telling you our pick to win and what we believe should win, and we'll be talking about it all. So let's start at the very bottom with the best visual effects category. So everyone go around and say their one what we want, and what we should think should.
Yeah, for me, want and should are the same. I think the Jungle Book is going to get this one.
Josh?
Yeah, I want Doctor Strange to win it. But yeah, it's probably gonna be Jungle Book.
And I'm with Matt. Jungle Book, I think, want and should win it.
Yeah.
It was just such a Doctor Strange is a great film, and I think that it deserved a little bit more in the Oscars beyond just visual effects. It was all it was gonna get, but
Jungle Book was
revolutionary.
It's spawning a new genre for Disney now. They're gonna just do the live action of their old classics.
The air quotes live action film, the one that
Did they do Cinderella or something last year?
Yeah, and Cinderella.
You didn't even hear anything about that.
Well, I think it got nominated for best costuming. I know that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it did get some Oscar buzz at least.
Now they're going to do Lion King because of like the Jungle Book success.
Speaking of Lion King,
somebody's gonna do something.
What?
Somebody's gonna
Donald
be.
Glover got cast.
Yeah,
and so did James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones is Donald Glover's Simba, and James Earl Jones is
Mufasa or Scar?
I think.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Donald
cool.
Glover as Simba. That's a good call. That's a really good call. I like that a lot.
I wonder who's gonna be Rafiki. That's gonna be
Donald Glover's taking over the world.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This could be like, okay, yes, he's in a young Han Solo, but this might be that breakout for him because this, I think, is his first like significant leading role.
Yeah, and The Martian, he was just like a side quirky
He was
character.
barely in
yeah.
The Martian. Yeah. And I think he was in that one The Lazarus Effect, I think. But this could be like will probably be his breakout like as an actor.
Yeah.
Like this is his first big leading role, and it's with this Disney movie, which oh boy, I cannot. I mean, we got Beauty and the Beast in 2 weeks, and that's slated to have over an $120 million opening, which is like
Oh wow.
yeah, it's gonna open like just like a comic book movie does. So
Wow.
imagine if that's what Beauty and the Beast is gonna do. Lion King's going to be nuts.
Lion King's gonna be insane.
And I think Lion King's directed also by Favreau, who did Jungle Book.
Yeah.
You know, nothing else for Jungle Book in the Oscars except for that.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's what it's going to get.
True.
Yeah.
But
That's what I loved while watching it, just the animals.
Yeah.
My one hesitation with it is that when I rewatched the Jungle Book on Blu-ray, it didn't feel as real anymore. I felt like there was something that was missing to it. It felt like they were moving just a little bit slower or something like that. And
I mean, the child actor's not great in it.
yeah,
Oh yeah. We're not gonna.
that's a fault for it.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that there's something about the effects that didn't really work that well on the second pass.
I saw it in 3D and like IMAX,
Yeah.
and it blended really well for me.
Oh.
But
Yeah, it works in theaters. I'm just curious to see what in the long run what's going to be like because it was my number one for a while, and then like
Yeah.
I don't know, it dropped down. All right, going up the list, best film editing. We have Arrival, Hacksaw Ridge, La La Land, Hell or High Water, and Moonlight. So, Matt, what do you think will win, and what do you think deserves to win?
I think La La Land will win, but to me, I think Moonlight should win.
Okay.
For me, La La Land, and I think Arrival should win.
For me, it was La La Land and Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water was really well edited.
I think
Yeah.
we're all in consensus that La La Land will probably sweep all these technical categories. It was edited well.
Yep. But I just felt Moonlight too, like so many cuts, as well as Hell or High
Yeah,
Water.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it went from like the scenery to the actors. It was so well like smooth and everything.
And I think Moonlight's editing what makes it so good is it's very sparing. And then Arrival too is very sparing with its cuts. It takes its time and it feels like they're all like designed to be there. But then La La Land had
Yeah.
La La Land has so much going for it in that sense, and just the fact that it is just a very well-made movie.
Yeah. What I liked about Arrival was the cuts inside the spaceship and how it was upside down and left, and you didn't really know which way it was up. And so,
Yeah, and they made that choice to certain shots to put upside down, which was just a great call. And they do mess with that. I mean, Arrival is edited non-linear, which is really cool.
Yeah.
All right, moving up. This is an interesting one. I like this the people in this category, but best costume design we have Allied, Fantastic Beasts, and where to find them. Florence Foster Jenkins, Jackie, and La La Land. Who do you think should win, and who do you think will win?
I think Fantastic Beasts should win. I think they're just going to give it to La La Land.
Yep. Same for me.
I would disagree. I think it's going to go to La La Land, and I think La La Land more than anything deserves this one. This is one of those few ones where like when I walked in that film, I was like, this costume's great. Like they all match up the colors with it.
Yeah, the color is big, but it is just like it's not very inventive.
Except for the beginning scene where kind of they're all like beautiful and everything. It's not really inventive, and it doesn't really it doesn't need it. Whereas in Fantastic Beasts, you really need those costumes, and they nailed it.
And it's going to go to La La Land with this one. I think that was one of the few ones on this list that La La Land's nominated that it really does deserve, which is why I said it should get it.
I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, song too, but like
song's a different category. We'll get there. Moving up to best makeup and hairstyling. What an interesting category.
It is.
Who do you think should win? We have A Man Called Ove, Star Trek Beyond, and Suicide Squad. Who do you think will win? Who do you think should win?
I think will and should is Star Trek Beyond.
Yep. Yeah.
Star Trek Beyond will win. I kind of want Suicide Squad to win.
God.
It'd be hilarious. You're like, okay, Suicide Squad's one of the worst movies in recent history, but wouldn't it be hilarious if it won an Oscar?
I mean, the costumes were good in it. I mean, the makeup wasn't like bad in it.
No,
it just wasn't.
It's like Transformers winning an Oscar.
It'd be hilarious to say Oscar-winning Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Oh
It's just been so funny to see on the box and everything.
Yeah.
Man.
But it's not gonna. It's
Yeah.
gonna. I could see A Man Called Ove.
I haven't seen that.
I've never heard of it, but it is a foreign film nominated for this category. So
The makeup
Yeah.
in Star Trek was great though. Like Idris Elba
Yeah.
was covered, and I didn't even know it was him.
Oh,
exactly,
yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
incredible.
And the girl, I forgot her name.
Yeah, for me, that movie itself was just such a forgettable film.
I thought it was a fun time, but like it didn't stick with me.
Like
Yeah.
I remember seeing Into Darkness, and I've seen Into Darkness and the original
Into Darkness was
2009
really good.
so many times, but I don't find myself seeing Beyond
Yeah.
again.
Beyond was like an
Cumberbatch
episode.
made it. That's why.
Yeah, Beyond felt like an episode, and I think that it didn't really work for what. I mean, I know Abrams did not direct this. I think it was Justin Lin, Fast and the Furious guy,
Yep.
but it was a very different kind of feel to it. I don't know. I didn't really like it that
And
much.
Simon Pegg wrote it. You can like feel the little quirky humor. Like it was like a
Yeah.
fan movie.
Let me make sure we're getting sound out of here. Woo! I'm gonna turn myself up a bit. There we go. All right. So going into best production design, we have Arrival, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Hail Caesar, La La Land, and Passengers. Who do you think will win? Who do you think should win?
Will and should La La Land for me.
Yep. Yeah.
I am gonna go the flip on you guys here. I think best production design, La La Land will win it, but I think that Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them deserves to win this. I think that was the best part about it. All the scenes made you feel like you're actually in the 20s New York.
That's true.
I would have liked to see Arrival win this.
Yeah.
I think it was subtle, which means it won't win.
Yeah.
But I think it was good. Also,
Yeah.
why is Passengers nominated?
I
This
don't
movie
know.
needs to get
Oh,
away from
okay,
it.
La La Land though was very good. I mean, the scenery and all the layouts. I mean, I still that first cut was just amazing.
I'll give it to La La Land.
Yeah.
The fact that
Yeah.
But I think that the production design wasn't what I would have given for this, because I think that it's good, but there were other films this year. Like even Hail Caesar, I think had better production design. I think La La Land had it at times, but a lot of it was just good locations and stuff like that. But I didn't feel like they really built up these locations to be better than that they were.
I felt like for how colorful all the scenes were, everything balanced really well, and just the whole picture sort of told the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Moving up the line, best sound editing. We have
Best sound editing.
Arrival, Deepwater Horizon, Hacksaw Ridge, La La Land, Sully. I actually kind of need to look up what best sound editing is compared to best sound mixing, because I know sound design is the creation of the film and stuff, but what's the difference between editing and mixing? As for that, what do you think should win editing while I look this up?
I think should win Hacksaw Ridge. Will win La La Land.
Yeah, I think for me, best sound editing should win Arrival, but La La Land's gonna take it.
I have La La Land taking it as usual, and I have Deepwater Horizon because I think it needs to win something.
Hacksaw Ridge, the action scenes were like perfectly.
We'll talk about Hacksaw Ridge in the future, as I've now seen that film.
I think Arrival was just amazingly the music. I mean, I rewatched it recently with you. It was just like it kind of blows you away, and it's eerie.
It's creepy.
It just makes
Okay,
the
so
scenes.
the mixer records on-set sounds, and the editor, they put them together.
Oh,
So yeah, I mean, I think that I still stand by my choice that Deepwater I think was so well done. Mixing. Let's go for sound mixing. So this is the physical sound effects. What do you think will win? Who do you think should win? Oh wait, category we have Arrival, Hacksaw Ridge, La La Land, Rogue One, 13 Hours.
Will and should La La Land for me.
I think will win is La La Land. But I want Rogue One to win it.
I don't have La La Land winning this. I have Arrival. Arrival should, I think, take this. And then I have 13 Hours. 13 Hours should. I have Arrival actually taking it.
Yeah. Huh.
I think that Arrival will. I think Arrival's what. Yeah. I think it's going to be a dark horse when it comes to sound.
Yeah.
13 Hours, the sound was good.
Yeah.
13 Hours deserves so much more praise than it did.
Yeah.
We have the best adapted screenplay. These are where it's going to get interesting, because the Oscars, if everybody who doesn't know this, unlike the Golden Globes, splits up the screenplay into original screenplay and adapted screenplay. So for adapted screenplay, we have Arrival, Fences, Hidden Figures, Lion, and Moonlight. Moonlight was an adapted screenplay. That's pretty.
It was a play.
Did you guys watch the Honest trailer for the Oscars? Because
No.
they make fun of Moonlight. It's like Moonlight and all these, like, it checks off every box for Oscar film. And the one of the ones is it's based off of a play, based off of the writer's real life. But yes, it is an adapted screenplay, which I wasn't aware of.
Yeah. I have a will and should Moonlight.
Yeah.
Yep, same.
For adapted screenplay, we have Arrival. Yeah, I already said that. So you have both of you guys would and should Moonlight.
Would and should.
I have Arrival should, and I have Fences winning it.
Huh. I haven't
Really?
seen Fences
I think
yet.
this will be where one of the places Fences will win.
Oh, because it was meant to be.
I
It
think
was
Fence is
meant to
going to
be
win
like
another
a-
category, but
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I think Fences is going to win adapted screenplay because that film entirely relies on the fact of its script.
yeah, but almost that screenplay was almost a little lazy because it was just taking the whole play and just setting it into like the same locations. But Moonlight took the play and totally transformed it. I think they're going to give it more respect.
I think
Yeah.
Moonlight's going to win a lot. I
Yeah.
also could see Lion taking this
Lion was a good movie.
because I don't think Lion really has that much of a chance in any other category.
But I also felt the screenplay was like slightly, it's like worst. That's
Yeah.
it, because like 3/4 in, it sort of got a little repetitive for me, and I thought they were just filling time. But
Yeah.
All right, jumping up to original screenplay, we have 1. Hell or High Water, La La Land, The Lobster, Manchester by the Sea, and 20th Century Women. Would and should, Matt, go for it.
Mark.
I got should win, Hell or High Water, will win La La Land.
I have should and would is La La Land.
I have should and would Manchester by the Sea. I think that
Yeah.
I think that the La La Land Golden Globe win was the stupidest thing ever, and I think that the Academy will be a little bit smart in the fact that Manchester is the best play this year.
I haven't seen it yet, so
You're optimistic more than me because I don't think they're going to see that, and I think they're going to give it to La La Land, but Manchester by the Sea or Hell or High Water I think is better.
Yeah. The Lobster may be a dark horse in this though because it is nominated for nothing else, and that means there is a reason they liked it.
I don't think it has a chance.
I don't think it's gonna. No.
All right. Best original song. This one's stupid. It's City of Stars from La La Land, The Empty Chair from the James Foley story, Audition from La La Land again, How Far I'll Go, Moana, and Can't Stop the Feeling Trolls. This is the worst category. I'm sorry. What a terrible category.
Trolls.
Why is Trolls nominated? B, from what I've heard around, that the song Empty Chair from the James Foley story was just not good at all. How Far I Go was just obvious to be nominated, and La La Land gets 2, and they're not even the best songs from it.
They
true.
forgot about our movie, the Sing Street.
Yeah. Of all of the categories for Sing Street to get nominated, you'd think original song would make sense. Not to mention the fact that they nominated 2 from La La Land instead of nominating at least 1 from Sing Street.
Yeah.
Oh, that's aggravating. But I guess I think we're all in consensus here of should and would.
City of Stars.
City Stars. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's going to win it, unless Audition does. City of Stars is better than that, though.
City of Stars will win.
I wasn't a fan of Audition.
It's just disappointing.
Well, I just think that
there were even better songs from La La Land. Like,
much better, significantly better songs from La La Land, and I think that that's the back end of those are both in the back end of the film, and I think that's where the musical part of it falls flat. Original score, we have La La Land, Jackie, Lion, Passengers, and Moonlight. Should and would.
Should Moonlight, will La La Land?
I think should and would La La Land.
I'm with Josh here.
Yeah.
I'm just ticked off that A, Manchester, and B, Arrival of all things.
Yup. Yeah.
Arrival was the best score of the year, and no nomination. What
I
the
don't
heck?
know why that was omitted, but Manchester, they took sampling from like some professional old classical, so it got disqualified.
Oh, really?
But, yeah, but like it's not legal. They had the right. It's
Well,
just not
it's
original.
not an original
Yeah.
score.
I thought
Yeah.
Moonlight was super eerie and really fit the scenes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But La La Land's gonna win it.
Yeah. Which is annoying too because that's Arrival makes me so upset because I like and the fact that like Passengers, why? Like that Thomas Newman score, I listened to it a bit. It just doesn't feel like I think even Deepwater Horizon should have been nominated for this category. I like it's upsetting that I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Documentary feature, we have Life Animated, 13th, OJ Made in America, I Am Not Your Negro, and Fire at Sea. What do you guys think will/should?
I've only seen OJ Made in America, and I loved it, so I think that's gonna win.
I've only seen Life Animated. I loved it. I think it should win. I don't know what's gonna win though. I have no idea.
I have Life Animated should win, but I wouldn't be surprised if I Am Not Your Negro winning. Because I feel like that's also made such a push in the last week or two.
Yeah.
With marketing, like it has made a scary push. Pretty much the entire movie is online now. through clips and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
They've released like at least 20 clips from the film, and I wouldn't be surprised if because of that push it ends up winning. All right, foreign language film. I didn't see any of these, so I can't really make a call.
Yeah, I've not seen any of these. So
From what I've heard and from plot synopsis, I think Tony Erdmann should win. Also, the fact that it's getting an American remake, which is A, dumb, but B,
it's cool.
I'm entirely against the whole.
Yeah,
remake.
Jack Nicholson is going to be in it, right?
Yeah, coming out of retirement.
Ooh.
But I just don't think Americans should remake films.
I mean, The Departed was a remake.
It's part of a remake of. Shoot, I should know this.
Rings is a remake of Ringu.
The Ring is. Yeah, and
But-
you know what? I could still disagree with the fact that should be made. I mean, I love The Ring, and we'll actually end up talking about it later today.
Heard good things about The Salesman. The
Yeah.
Iranian.
Huh. Yeah.
Weird that Elle did not get nominated, yet we have further on another nomination for that film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, jumping up into an interesting category, Best Animated Feature. Not what I was expecting for the nominations. We have Zootopia, My Life as a Zucchini, Moana, Kubo and the Two Strings, and The Red Turtle. Who do you have should, who do you have would?
This category is really wide open for me, more than any other year. But I have should win, Kubo, will win, Zootopia.
I have exactly the opposite.
Yeah, Kubo winning, you think Zootopia?
I have Kubo winning and then Zootopia. I just think, Kubo's like, it was like, it's stop motion. Oh my goodness, so amazing. And they're going to be like, oh yeah, sure. But
Well, you'd expect that, but Laika's never won.
Yeah, exactly.
Laika's been nominated every time they've created a film, but they've never won. And I see them going to Zootopia, even though I think Kubo should still win it. 'Cause
Yeah.
Kubo, for the first time, made Laika an accessible film. Everyone before this has been way too creepy for children.
yeah.
And I think, Kubo is still
I just
very
didn't, I
scary
didn't like
at
this.
times.
The story in Kubo just wasn't as good as Zootopia. For me, that's the kicker. I don't know whether they're going to take that into account though.
I think Zootopia was a film that it's going to win. It's set up to win. It's going to, I'm seeing a reason for it not, which is sad because I think Kubo is, like, Laika keeps, no, I wouldn't say that. Laika made a good movie now.
Well, you can make the argument that Moana and Zootopia, both Disney movies, might
cancel each other.
Yeah, exactly. And then
yeah.
Kubo might sweep in for the win. But
I would be upset if Moana won. Like, I would feel upset because I think that, I think
it's behind Kubo and Zootopia.
I think it's in between the two of those. But if Moana somehow won that would make me upset because I was not. Doesn't even deserve to be nominated.
Yeah. What about, have you seen either My Life as a Zucchini or The Red Turtle?
Nope.
No.
I think The Red Turtle is by, like, some people from Studio Ghibli or something.
I don't know. I thought Studio Ghibli shut down.
It's by, like, I think it's by, like, whoever came after them.
And I know, I'm pretty sure My Life as a Zucchini is a foreign film, which will probably push it hard because every single person saw Zootopia and Moana.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, this is one that next one I feel very passionate about. But best cinematography, we have Bradford Young for Arrival, Linus Sandgren, La La Land, Greg Fraser for Lion, James Laxton, Moonlight, and Rodrigo Prieto for Silence, the only nomination for Silence.
all right. I got should, Moonlight, will, La La Land.
I got Should Arrival, Will, La La Land.
I have Should Arrival, Will, La La Land.
Yeah.
First thing I did when I saw Arrival was this is incredibly well shot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I see Moonlight too. Moonlight was beautiful, and the way they cut from one kind of third to the other, and they just kind of blended the characters. I mean, that was so well done.
I think this is one of those categories where it's like earlier on with some of the other technical stuff where you're like, why will La La Land maybe really doesn't deserve this? I think if La La Land wins this, it deserves it. I think cinematography was one of the best parts about it.
Yeah, I mean, again, the first scene. I mean, it's a long take, but you don't know it. You don't really realize it until you're like, oh wait, we're still going.
And I think one of the most incredible shots in a film I've seen in a long, long time was when he's walking down the dock. The way that lighting is set up makes that sunset pop like crazy, and it is insane. Yeah, I think La La Land has so many great moments for cinematography. I think Moonlight and Arrival are way more subtle, which is why they're not going to win.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting into the big six. We have best
short animated.
By the way, guys, we are not doing short films because none of us had a chance to see any of them.
Yeah.
Best supporting actress.
Best supporting actress.
We have Michelle Williams, Manchester by the Sea, Octavia Spencer, Hidden Figures, Naomi Harris, Moonlight, Viola Davis, Fences, and Nicole Kidman for Lion. Should and would.
I got should, Naomi Harris, will, Viola Davis.
I have Should, Naomi Harris, and will, Naomi Harris.
I have should Michelle Williams. I think Viola Davis will win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty consensus.
I was really surprised Viola Davis has not won an Oscar yet.
Really?
Yeah. She's won Golden Globes, but
Well, this will probably be it. Fences. That film is just acting.
yeah,
It's literally just acting and nothing else. And
great acting, but just acting.
yeah. Dang, I'm not a fan of the fact that I wouldn't even say it's the fact that the movie's made. I just like the fact that it's even in contention with Oscars. Just like, well, yeah, this film has one thing going for it, and it's acting. So there's no chance that any other film will win an acting award. But yeah, I think Michelle Williams is seminal for that, and Naomi Harris also fully agreed. Octavia Spencer has no chance.
Naomi Harris was just amazing.
She just wasn't. She was good enough to get a nomination, but not good enough to win anything.
I haven't seen Hidden Figures, and I want to see it so bad.
It's very
I wanna
good.
See it so bad.
It's very good.
Nicole Kidman was great in Lion, but I don't think she was in it enough.
Yeah.
Or had like the profile of her character.
The supporting categories, which we'll talk about soon, is a really like weird contention because what's classified as supporting? Like Naomi Harris, very much supporting actor.
And how are you a good supporting actor? Because you could I mean there's hundreds of supporting actors, but like what is actors and actresses? But like what does it mean? What does it mean?
There's multiple ways to look at it. Like you could say it has to do with screen time. Like you have to make an impact in such a small amount of time. But then you could also be like the supporting character is the antagonist. Like last I think it was 2 years ago with J.K. Simmons. He was in that
Whiplash,
just as much as Miles Teller was, but he was considered supporting because he's the antagonist. And Michelle Williams is not, I guess, could be the antagonist of Manchester?
Yeah.
In some sense, but was barely in it, so she's considered supporting. Naomi Harris, barely in Moonlight, considered supporting.
Yeah.
But Viola Davis wasn't the title character.
But like second
fiddle, still probably has as much time.
Yeah.
Which is why it's a really confusing category, because if you've been in the movie half the time, how do you compare yourself to somebody who hasn't been but made a lasting impression?
Yeah.
All right, so supporting actor, and this is where this gets muddled up. Jeff Bridges, Hell or High Water. Dev Patel in Lion. Mahershala Ali, Moonlight. Lucas Hedges, Manchester by the Sea. And Michael Shannon, Nocturnal Animals. So this is where this debate comes in. Dev Patel in Lion was pretty much the main character.
Yeah.
Then
But he was in half of it.
it's still like he should be considered the main character for it. Which is why it's like the upset situations. Like, how do you compare somebody who's literally the main character of the film versus somebody who is like Mahershala Ali, who's in it for the first half as a supporting character?
Yeah.
All right, so should and will.
I got should and will Mahershala Ali.
Yep, same for me.
I have should Lucas Hedges, will Mahershala.
Yeah.
I didn't like Mahershala that much in it.
Really?
I think he was a very important character, and I think that he was like that. But like, I don't know. He didn't leave the lasting impression that Lucas Hedges
Second time
did.
you watch it, for me, Mahershala really shines.
Yeah.
First time because he's just so believable. He sort of just blends into that.
He deals with the issues so well. It's like he's so human.
Yeah. And he has like monologues that are just perfectly done.
Yeah.
I mean, Lucas Hedges won't win solely because of the fact that this is like one of his first performances ever.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the fact that he's nominated is pretty impressive. I wasn't expecting even that. And Mahershala has been around for years, and that's why he's probably going to get it. And he's like an older actor. He's been working for a while. But I don't know. Lucas Hedges in that was so connectable at times. When he has the whole panic attack thing, I'm like, I get that so much right now. The whole like fear of not understanding what's going on. So
it was an odd character because he was also like an ass at times, but
that's why he does a great job with it.
Yeah.
Shannon, I liked him not as much as
Aaron Taylor.
ATJ I think did better. Patel,
he was great,
but probably shouldn't be in this category.
Yeah, no, but he should get some more starring roles.
Why isn't Patel getting starring roles?
He talked about it and said that there's just no one wants to cast Indian actors in like
that's upsetting.
Yeah, but no, he deserves it, and he's really charismatic and dramatic at times too. Jeff Bridges does a great Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I think that's one of his better performances.
Hell or High Water is going to come out of this, I think, empty-handed, but it was such a like low-key movie.
Still love the Screen Junkies. Hell, it's a high honor that this even got nominated. But yeah, I weirdly think Hell or High Water is the most accessible out of any of these films. Like, we'll talk about that when we get to Best Picture. Best Actor, we have Andrew Garfield, Hacksaw Ridge, Ryan Gosling, La La Land, Casey Affleck, Manchester by the Sea, Denzel Washington, Fences, and Viggo Mortensen, Captain Fantastic. Should and will.
I got should Casey Affleck, will Denzel.
So honestly, I haven't seen any of these. Okay, I've seen La La
None of
Land,
them?
but I mean, I just don't think Gosling has the chutzpah for it. So I think should and would Casey Affleck from what you guys have been saying. But,
yeah. We can watch Manchester. I have it now.
Yeah.
Casey Affleck should and will.
Yeah, you will. I think they're going to give it to Denzel.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some of the other things on this list. Gosling, fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't his best performance of the year.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Nice guys.
Nice guys.
He did his job he was very charismatic, likable. But
Vigo was the best part about Captain Fantastic.
True.
Yeah.
He really anchored it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a perfect movie by any stretch, but he had the energy and the drive.
I would say if he won this, I'd be upset Casey didn't win, but I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah.
Like I think I will be upset if Denzel wins. I wouldn't be surprised.
This is a 2-horse race, I think, between Affleck and Washington.
But like, I don't want Denzel to win that. Just because the whole fact that that's all Fences has going for it, and it's like, just not what I want.
I mean, he's played the role thousands, like maybe 1,000 times. Definitely hundreds on Broadway.
Yeah, it just didn't feel anything new. Whereas Casey Affleck showed me something I hadn't seen before.
No, yeah, he impressed me with that. I never thought Casey Affleck. He's always a subtle actor, but here he was like perfectly done.
Yeah, and I know some people won't agree with me on this, but I don't think Garfield should have been this.
I heard good things.
Yeah.
I just saw Hacksaw. Was not a fan at all. Did not like it.
I mean, you went into it not wanting.
No, I went into it with an open mind, but the first 2 acts were so lackluster. It felt like American Sniper.
How'd you think the action scenes were?
I loved American Sniper.
The third, I mean, don't get me wrong. That third act is incredible. It is so good, and I'll give it to Gibson. He knows how to direct like war.
Yeah, he knows
how
violence.
But those first 2 acts were like, I was just so not into it at all, and I didn't. I don't think that Garfield deserves this. I think his acting was different, and that's why people like it. But I just don't think he was that good. He shouldn't be in this race. I think that this took out some other great actors. Yeah. He shouldn't be in there, and then Patel should be in the running for Best Actor. So, or one of the 3 from Moonlight. Yeah. That's how it should have been.
They should have gotten a nomination.
Like it just made me upset because of so many other films that had better acting this year.
Yeah.
Best Actress. We're going to talk about some upsets with this too. We have Emma Stone, La La Land, Isabelle Huppert, Elle, Natalie Portman, Jackie, Meryl Streep, Florence Foster Jenkins, and Ruth Negga, Loving. Should and will.
I got should and will Emma Stone.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. The category's a little like.
It's also that I haven't seen anything else about that.
Like,
not gonna lie, me too.
I saw Florence Foster Jenkins
and
the Streep monster.
Yeah, she was Meryl Streep. She did good, but
I had absolutely no interest in that film whatsoever. Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was funny and then got dramatic at the end. But yeah, I don't think it's Oscar worthy for her.
And I mean, Emma Stone did great. I mean,
let's talk about the fact that no Amy Adams.
Yeah.
Why? That's such a smack in the face. Because
you think they can elect her if they're like, all right, listen, guys, all these categories are pretty bad.
I mean, that just made me so upset because she deserved it more than any of the people on that list.
Yeah.
And just another, I think Arrival got gypped for a lot here, especially actress, especially score.
Yeah.
But that just didn't make any sense. And yeah, Stone will win it.
Yeah, the only dark horse is, I guess, Elle, because she took like Golden Globe for
I don't think that she's gonna win though, because I think the Golden Globe is that Hollywood Foreign Press. It's a foreign film.
Yeah.
Jackie would be my dark horse. Because that film is entirely driven by Natalie Portman. That's it.
That's true.
Or Ruth Negga.
I didn't see Loving. I heard good things.
Yeah.
All right, we're going into the last 2. Best Director. The only category where I've seen every film on the list. We have Mel Gibson, Hacksaw Ridge, boo. Damien Chazelle, La La Land. Kenneth Lonergan, Manchester by the Sea. Barry Jenkins, Moonlight, and let's see if I can do it. Denis Villeneuve, Arrival.
That was good.
So, should and will.
I got should, Barry Jenkins, will, Damien Chazelle.
For me, it's should Denis Villeneuve, Arrival, and will Damien Chazelle. I
have should and will Damien Chazelle.
You think you should?
I think that La La Land was really well directed.
Yeah.
I mean, it was well directed. I just thought that
the others are better.
Moonlight was better.
Yeah. Moonlight was better. I think even Arrival was better. I mean,
I don't think Arrival was better directed. I thought I think the only one I could see other than this would be Manchester, but I don't think it's Manchester's time for this direction. I don't think enough people like it, and I liked La La Land's direction. I thought that was one of the things that made it great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's the best directed of all 5 of those. Hacksaw should not be in this. Oh my god. Okay, if you nominate Hacksaw's third act, sure. But I just feel so let down by the rest of it. It didn't even break my top 25.
Yo, did you see on a side note with Dennis Villeneuve, did you see Enemy?
No.
What is Enemy?
It's Jake Gyllenhaal. It's a movie from 2013 where he has a look-alike, like a clone of him.
Ooh.
And like he sees him, and so he has to like track down his clone. It's like psychological thriller sort of thing.
Cool.
It's fantastic. But that's like the first movie I saw that director, and
Yeah.
I think Mel Gibson knows how to direct like action more.
I just don't think he should be back in Hollywood right now, for at least in this situation. And
He's clean now. He's not drinking.
not even that. He's offensive.
Well, when he's drunk, he's offensive.
I don't care. That's just like, all right, whatever.
Anyway.
Best Picture. This is the big one. We have Moonlight, Hacksaw Ridge, Manchester by the Sea, La La Land, Hidden Figures, Hell or High Water, Arrival, Lion, Fences. Stop nominating 9 Best Pictures.
Oh yeah, aren't they only supposed to be 8?
It's only supposed to be 5, but they changed it so they can let it up to 10.
Oh.
So, should and will.
Should Moonlight, will La La Land.
Yep. Should Moonlight, will La La Land.
Should Manchester by the Sea, will Moonlight.
Ooh.
Moonlight, if it's going to take anything, like I could see it going empty-handed besides adapted screenplay and then getting Best Picture. Like,
Yeah.
I could see that happening,
Yeah.
but
I like supremely feel this will be Moonlight's category.
I think
it'll be Best Picture.
I think it's going to be La La Land. It's going to cap off the ode to Hollywood's favorite movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think
yeah.
I think we're gonna see pretty much the same as last year. I think we're gonna see La La Land take every technical category. I think we're gonna see something else get screenplay, something else get director, and then actor and actress split between everybody, and then Moonlight not taking anything but then taking Best Picture. Like I think
What
that
took Best Picture last year?
Spotlight.
Spotlight, yeah.
But Spotlight won only screenplay, and that's it. Other than that,
So
Yeah,
it's the same.
I could see that. I mean, I'd be happy with Moonlight. I'd be happy with La La Land.
I mean, honestly, I've seen all but 2 of these, and
Yeah, they're
all the
good
ones
choices.
I've seen are
Yeah.
worthy of a Best Picture.
This is a tough year. It was very like heavy loaded.
It's actually not all of them. Hacksaw Ridge isn't, but
My goodness.
not
get-
Fences.
nah. I mean, I haven't seen Fences, so I can't say that.
Yeah.
All right, that is the Oscar nominations. We will get back to you next week with who of the 3 of us won.
Yeah. You guys should all watch. You guys should all watch tonight. Tune in.
Yeah. What time does the Oscars start?
7, I think. I think
No,
7's
it's 8
like
o'clock.
pre-show. 7's like a pre-show.
It's
If you want
weird
the red
because
carpet for
If you want the
fashion.
red
It's
carpet.
weird because it starts at 5 on the West Coast, so I'm like used to
Oh,
watching
wow.
the Golden Globes that early, and then here it's like, oh, the Oscars go till midnight instead of
True.
like go till 10, and I can watch them
Yeah.
like a normal person.
Where are we watching?
I'm just gonna watch in the Gates basement, likely.
Let's do it.
If you want, or actually, can we go to Keefe?
Yeah. Commons.
Keefe Commons?
We need to get a projector.
Oh yeah, Keith Commons.
Watson-
I know somebody with a projector. You Watson Classroom.
Wait, no. I'm
We'll
saying,
figure this out, we'll figure
I'm
this
saying that Gates has cable. That's why.
Oh,
we
sort of do
have
need
cable. We
cable.
have cable and Keefe too.
That's the thing. It's like I don't have
Yeah.
cable anymore. So,
Yeah.
all right. We're gonna talk about because it's been 3 weeks. What have we watched? So our last show was a decent amount of time ago.
You're gonna love what I watched. I guarantee it.
So let's talk about what we watched.
All right,
Yeah,
me and Josh saw this movie, Under the Skin.
Oh my god, I
Ah!
wanted to see it so badly.
It was
It was something else, man.
mind blowing.
It was mind blowing in not the greatest way.
No.
It was so I had high hopes for it. I went in, I love sci-fi, as you know. I went in, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a sci-fi alien movie about like somebody who comes in and, kills people with sex, and it's Scarlett Johansson, and nope. Got him. It's just weird. It's just,
Yeah.
It's just
I think a lot of the professors in our film department very much praise that movie.
it's
Yeah.
it's just
I was gonna join you guys for it, but I had too much work going on.
it's funky, man.
Yeah, talk about cinematography.
It's just, yeah. I mean, okay. So there's really cool shots. There's really cool scenery. I mean, there's the layout of some of the scenes is just so different from kind of it's documentary style plus this weird room like black box theater where you can't see anything except the actors, but it's just creepy. It's,
I mean, it does its job. The score is incredible.
Oh yeah.
Spine tingling.
Yeah.
And Scarlett Johansson, not one of my favorite actresses, but she like
She does
destroys it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it's one of her best roles.
Yeah.
Let's see, where's some new stuff? Did I talk about Saving Private Ryan on this last show?
What?
No.
Finally got to see Saving Private Ryan.
Oh,
I
nice.
think it was literally right after last show.
About time.
When was the last show?
Great.
When was the last show?
Second weekend of the year.
Yeah.
Of the school year. So Saving Private Ryan, yeah, great, very, very good, loved it.
Yeah.
I will say it's my favorite war movie now. Because I can't think. I would say I would say that if you can't count Apocalypse Now as a war movie. Some people don't.
I'd count it.
Because it's like it's not about a war. It's about it's just set during a war.
Let's hope Dunkirk gets in the discussion.
Yeah, I think it probably will, or it won't, which we'll figure out. I think there's talks about if Dunkirk isn't great. I mean, Nolan could have a falling down because a lot of people didn't like Interstellar.
Yeah, I was one of them. That being said, I did hype it as like the greatest movie of the past like 10 years before it came out.
Interstellar.
Yeah, I liked it so much more as more I watch it.
Yeah. I mean, also the music in that is so good. Oh.
Let's see what else.
So since February 5th, right?
Yeah, I've seen some movies in theaters that we'll talk about. I saw some Scorsese films that I talk about in class a lot. Point Break I finally saw.
Oh, the old one or the new one?
Old one. Not that good.
No, I enjoy it though.
I just didn't.
Especially the bank heist. I really like it.
I just really didn't like it. I thought it was just it was hyped up so much to me as like, oh, this is one of the best 90s action movies ever. And I was like,
I saw it on cable, like spur of the moment, and thought it was really cool. Not hearing that it was one of the best like action movies of the 90s. Mm-hmm. So
wasn't it based on a book?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Catherine Bigelow, I believe, directed it. She's done so much better than that.
I saw Life Animated, which was awesome. Moonlight,
great.
finally saw Moonlight, that was great.
Yep.
Sing Street, so much fun.
Yep.
Saw both Jack Reacher movies, those were like, I went out and saw The Space Between Us.
Space Between Us?
Space Between, the new one?
Oh, you have to do a review of that then.
It was very good.
Don't wait, hold up. We're going to do a review of that.
Under the Skin, yeah. I saw Miscongeniality for the first time.
I've seen that. I like that
That
film.
was great.
That's Sandra B.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock. I saw all the first 3 Transformers movies.
They're so good.
They're so good.
You think that? You think all 3 are great?
No,
no.
Two's
The first one's really good.
1 and 3.
The third one is so good. I forgot how good it was.
It's really good.
Yeah,
man.
I also saw Max Steel. Do you guys know this?
Oh boy,
it was
the 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It was not the best, as they say. And then I saw Raising Arizona, and that was awesome.
Yeah,
so funny.
I love Raising Arizona. I think
if you watch the trailer, it's really weird, and then you go in, and it's so funny.
Brothers. It's
so funny.
See, I got this one. Like when I say like destroyed my list, I've been so upset because like, oh, I can say I've seen all the movies I'm gonna see in 2016 and nothing about my list can be affected. And then I saw Edge of 17 and was like, what? You can still make a good coming of age film?
No.
And like, oh my god, this film's so good.
Yeah.
I can't even stress the fact like it was in my top 5 of the year. I think it's top 10 now. It sits right below Deadpool, but like right below Deadpool.
You know, I heard it was like John Hughes movie today.
But it's so
like
good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so sad that we didn't put any Dino nominations for it because it was just after we made the nominations. And it didn't get any Oscar buzz because, oh my god, it's just, everything works for it. And I was thinking it's like I can't find a flaw.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it wasn't like, it's not like I'm going to watch it 17 times like Deadpool, but like I could not find a flaw with it. Every performance is great. Story's great. It's such a really well done movie.
Yeah. My buddy at home loved it so much that he ended up starting a movie review blog because of that movie.
Wow. I understand it.
Yeah.
Like I entirely understand it. I thought my top 10 was solid, and that changed it. I just knocked I think it knocked Deepwater off my list, which is like poor Deepwater.
Yeah, you love Deepwater.
I love Deepwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Matt saw Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo on Monday with FAMS. That was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it was weird, but it was fun.
Really fun.
Yeah.
I saw Saturday Night Fever.
Oh,
Great
boy.
period piece.
I've still not seen it.
It's a very odd movie, The tone is all over the place, but it really encompasses the sort of culture of an Italian American in the 70s and the disco. And not only the dancing's great, it has funny moments, really good drama. I do recommend seeing it. It is different though. Like, prepare yourself for a different kind of movie.
Yeah.
All right. I saw Taxi Driver.
The old one?
Yeah, I saw it in class. It's very, very good.
Is that your first time watching it?
Yeah, I love that film so much. More than that is one of my favorite films.
Yeah, that's one of the films like you hear, you got to see. So I saw it like when I was 11.
Oh,
I
boy.
got it at the library, right?
Bad call.
I didn't get it. I just didn't understand it. Rewatched it like I'd say 2 years ago, and yeah, it is a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's Taxi Driver is incredible. I'm so glad I saw it. I was like hyped up as like this is the Scorsese film that I'm taking this class to see, and I saw it and I was like, yes, thank you.
How is the Scorsese class?
It's really good. It's literally FAMS 101 except 3 hours long with one of my favorite professors and only about Martin Scorsese.
I should have done that.
We have, and the last one was Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay.
Oh boy.
That was Vince Vaughn.
Fine. I just really didn't care for this, and it wasn't because of Mel Gibson. I take the artist away from the picture. It's so hyped for no reason. It's got a really good. It's like a worse version of Rogue One, where Rogue One has an okay first 2 acts, and then the third act's great. This one has a really not good first 2 acts, and the third act is incredible. It just has so much like. Garfield was trying to pull some stupid Forrest Gump impersonation that I was just not a fan of. Just the chemistry between the two leads, I did not feel at all. It's just not working for me. And then they disappear and they just kind of leave Garfield on this battlefield. And yeah, that last act is great. It's phenomenal and I love it. But it just doesn't fix the fact that the first hour and 15 minutes of this film is just not good. It's not a good film. And like...
It doesn't give the character heart or anything?
No, I didn't care at all. If Garfield had died, oh well. It's like it would have been a fine short story that they added an extra hour and 15 minutes of filler that no one cared about. And like his relationship with his dad, I didn't feel at all. I felt like, and then like the reason he doesn't kill anybody, it was uber Christian, which yeah, I guess that's part of the character, but I just did not care for. Ugh, I can't believe this movie's nominated for
Best
Best
Picture.
Picture.
Spring break list.
I think I ended up ranking it like in the low 30s for me.
Low 30s, my goodness.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good because didn't you have like 200
80.
films or something?
Yeah, it's a fresh film, but like I just didn't care for it at all.
Oh, you mean for the year, your list?
Yeah.
Certified fresh. Oh, I thought. Okay, so you're not like we ranked it at a low 30%.
No,
That's what I thought you meant.
It hit
I was like, damn, that's cold.
It hit a 7 out of 10 easily. But
okay, all right.
like,
All right,
yeah, let's see where. Let me see.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
Hit a 7 out of 10. Hacksaw Ridge fell in at number 32 out of 83.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's like it's a watchable film and it's fine in that sense. It's just like it does not in any sense live up to the hype that was given. Like I put it right at the base of the good movies list. Like it's better than all the stuff that I think was just not great but got better. Like stuff like Sausage Party or Midnight Special or Mike and Dave. Like they're good movies, but I can't like say that these are like on the list of best of the year. Like it's the Hacksaw Ridge is the very bottom of the best of the year. So yeah,
so best of the year. Right, I'll take.
Yeah, it's still a 7 out of 10 because of Hacksaw. I had to make my rankings now out of 20, which makes it a lot harder to rank things. I gotta say,
I can imagine.
But yeah, we'll be using that now.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
that's any more you guys have to throw in there?
I rewatched my favorite comedy, Superbad. It's on Netflix now.
Bad. I haven't seen that
watched
in
the
years.
first 30 minutes of John Carpenter's Escape from New York. Gonna finish it. Oh my god. Wow, that is weird.
Oh yeah.
It is so like I was like
What's it
cracking
called?
up 'cause
New
it's
York?
like Escape from New York.
What is it?
Basically, in the year 1997,
Oh my gosh.
Manhattan Island is a supermax prison for the worst of the worst who just get put there.
The worst
forced
of
to
the
fight
worst.
each other. And then on the way to a peace meeting that would end the Cold War, the president's plane gets hijacked and crashes inside of this supermax Manhattan, and then dishonorably discharged lowlife Snake Plissken, played by he's in all of the John Carpenter movies. Just can't remember his name right now.
Has to help the president escape.
He has to save the president from inside the It's giants. It is nuts. It is absolutely nuts.
Talk about nuts. I just saw Doctor Strangelove for the first time.
Oh boy.
Now that's nuts. It was fun though. Yeah,
we're gonna have a day where we do
Let's just do things that all start with Doctor Strange. So Doctor Strange, Doctor Strangelove.
We'll talk about Doctor Strange a little bit later today. All right, that's what we watched. We're gonna actually say a little bit. We're gonna say sign off for just 5 minutes, guys. We're gonna give you guys a little bit of a break. We will be back in just around 5-6 minutes, and we'll continue with the news. We'll send you guys. We have about 4 movie reviews for you guys. We have an extra topic possibly. And then we'll close out and let you guys know what's going on.
Next week's movies.
Yeah, Josh is very much excited for that. So we're gonna be saying signing off for you guys for just a little bit, and then we will be back soon. .com/Animatronic Dinosaurs. Also, if you haven't already, head over to our YouTube channel where we have most of our past episodes to listen to. You can also find extra movie reviews, behind the scenes, and video content as well. Give us a subscribe to stay up to date. You can find the link to our YouTube channel on our Facebook page, which is once again, facebook.com/Animatronic Dinosaurs. Up next, we have a few short clips from past episodes, so hope you guys enjoy.
So it pretty much just goes through Snowden's life. It doesn't talk a lot about his younger life. It starts, he's working in the army. Is this like spoilers or not?
No, don't go for spoilers. Okay. We don't do spoilers in these reviews unless it's a big movie.
Yeah. So it kind of starts when he's in the army. So Snowden started in the army, and then he ends up breaking his leg, so he can't do it, but he still wants to serve his country. So he ends up trying to join the CIA. His grades aren't quite good enough, but they're like, you know what? You're really smart, so you're in. Anyway, he keeps going. Eventually starts working for NSA, which is the National Surveillance Agency. And he starts writing codes and stuff. He's really, really good. And he ends up writing a whole bunch of programs that are the basis for a whole bunch of the NSA's programs. But then the NSA takes these programs and brings them out of use and starts using them for things that he never intended.
I think only 2 major casting changes.
Yeah, that was Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard to Don Cheadle and
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton to Mark Ruffalo. Believe that's it.
Both worked.
Both, yeah. I mean, I like both of them.
Yeah.
I like both Don Cheadle and Terrence Howard.
Me too.
I don't think that Terrence Howard could do some of the stuff Don Cheadle does.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they would have had the same comedy.
Mm-hmm.
But Terrence Howard worked for what he was in Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
And then Edward Norton, fantastic job carrying his own solo Incredible Hulk movie. Could not have carried it in a team.
No.
He does a very good job with...
He's hard to work with.
And he's very strong with his like inner demons, kind of, which is what Incredible Hulk's about. And I don't think Ruffalo could have really dealt with that. So, like, at the time, I think Ruffalo could do a solo Hulk film in a different setting.
I really like Spider-Man.
I thought... I know Matt...
It was well done.
Matt disagrees with me on this, but I think it was the best screen adaptation of Spider-Man's character.
And, like, I could see why someone would say that. Like, because he's a lot like the comics, you know? And he's also a kid. So, like, that's what his point is. He's a kid, and that's what the comics are, like Adventures of Spider-Man. But, you know, Tobey Maguire, the first 2 movies, has a place in my heart, just because he's a little more, you know, nerdy. But
I think that the first 2 Spider-Man movies are fantastic films and are probably better Spider-Man films than Civil War is, because Civil War is not a Spider-Man film.
No.
But I think that Spider-Man in Civil War is a better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire's.
Yeah. They did a cool thing. It was not like Amazing Spider-Man where they just recycled everything from the first Spider-Man movies. This one, it changed stuff, and you know, that's controversial because you're used to it being the other way. Like me, I was like, wow, that's weird. But thinking about it, you know, it's actually, I'm glad they did something different.
And I mean, the changes aren't like a Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor change. They're like small, and every time... All right.
Yes.
So, what is your number? What's your number?
Number 5. This is the one I'm most embarrassed is on my top 5. It's Sausage Party.
Oh, but it's so funny.
It was funny.
I haven't seen it yet. Neither of the
You
two.
haven't seen Sausage Party? Wow.
No,
okay.
It's funny, but it takes stuff too far.
It takes it very far.
Jewish jokes in it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
good.
Yes.
Nothing is off limits in that movie.
It offends absolutely everybody.
Yes.
Ali beat me.
What?
I was at 47.
Ooh, hey, I'm gonna probably see way more too before the movie.
Oh, yeah.
But to be honest, that might have been the most I've seen a theater laugh ever. I went at 1 a.m. on a Friday night. The theater was packed. And
1 a.m. on a Friday night.
Right?
Dang, I didn't even know they had movies that late.
Or maybe it was 12. It might have started at 12,
Okay.
but it was a late night movie.
Yeah.
But yeah. Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's the way to see comedies. I think they fail whenever you go to a movie theater and there's nobody laughing.
Yeah.
right,
if no one
yeah.
was there, I would have been
Yeah.
wow, this is uncomfortable.
All right, what's your guys' favorite comedy? Can you think of one?
Favorite? Oh God, Fletch.
Fletch. Haven't seen that.
Fletch. I'm naming my kid
I'm just
after
trying
Fletch.
to generate a list.
Like
I'm thinking, honestly, Ghostbusters.
Oh
I love-
no!
the
Yeah,
old one?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
What
the
am I
old one,
saying?
of course, the
What
old
am I
one.
saying?
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. Yes.
Ghostbusters is great. Okay, I think you guys are probably gonna hear me for this. Get Smart,
The new one.
the new one.
It's
I thought
okay.
it was it's so funny.
You know, he's still, he's got such a cool, smooth. He's a smooth operator,
He's a smooth
And
criminal,
I guess
yeah.
no pun intended, but because he's a doctor, but
Yeah.
in the opening scene, I think it is in the operating room. He's, he's kind of jamming out to music while while he's in the middle of surgery,
Yeah.
and he tells him to change it to something else,
And trying to give him a challenge.
Yeah, and so they change it to something else, and he just starts spouting off information about the song they changed it to.
Yeah.
And without even thinking about it.
While he's operating.
Yeah, while he's operating on someone. It's really cool.
Yeah. And
He just has such a cool demeanor.
Yeah. I think the coolest thing about this movie is you see one operation and then he gets pulled off to another operation that's very time sensitive.
Hope you guys enjoyed those clips. We'll be getting back to the rest of the show very shortly. If you want to hear the rest of those episodes, go to wjrh.org/animatronic dinosaurs or go to our YouTube channel, which can be found on our Facebook page, facebook.com/animatronic dinosaurs. Speaking of WJRH, we just want to take this time to say a big thank you to them for allowing us to hold our show here. Without them, the show could have never gotten its start or gotten as big as it is right now. Hey guys, you are listening to WJRH 104.9 FM Lafayette College Radio, Easton, Pennsylvania. This will be the back half of our show, Animatronic Dinosaurs. So we just talked about the Oscars and some new stuff that we saw. We're going to talk a little bit now about the news. So we already talked about the whole Bill Paxton situation. That's really sad. But it's been 3 weeks. There's a lot of news to talk about. Let's just open it up with the news that for the next X-Men film, which I believe has just started production, we have Simon Kinberg directing. So Simon Kinberg, who, as we all pull him up on IMDb, has that name sounds familiar, and I believe he directed one of the other X-Men's. He produced Days of Future Past. He produced both Days of Future. Oh, he wrote The Last Stand.
Oh no.
Oh boy. This will be his directorial debut, rumored titled X-Men Supernova.
Wait, did he
Yo.
write? Did he do Fantastic Four, the
He
new
did
one?
Fantastic Four, the new one, and Apocalypse, and Jumper, which the screenplay was a mess.
Oh, Jumper was fun.
was
but
fun.
he did Sherlock Holmes too. So
Why is he
Oh,
wrote Triple
no.
X State of the Union?
Is that one any good?
No, it's not.
That's horrible.
okay, but Deadpool producer.
He just produced Deadpool, man. I
Okay,
can
And
come on.
Deadpool.
okay, you can produce a lot of. He produced Logan also. Great.
The Martian. Let's Be Cops. Oh, did you guys see Let's Be Cops? That was a funny movie.
It's okay. His producing credits aside, his writing credits.
Yeah,
He's not. He is writing X-Men Supernova. Oh God, that actually
Yeah.
has me worried. So Simon Kinberg. This is his directorial debut after writing. He wrote the screenplay and the story for Days of Future Past. I'll give him that.
all right.
But other than that, it was The Last Stand, Apocalypse, and Fanforstic,
Fantastic.
Yep.
Let's go.
which is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Did you know they might actually do a sequel?
They've been talking about that. They had this.
You know what?
They had the sequel planned before they even released Fanforstic and realized how much of a failure it would be.
I could get behind a sequel. If they do it right.
No.
I love the Fantastic Four.
Bury it.
Dude,
Bury it.
Give the rights to
Dude,
Disney.
the first Fantastic Four with Chris Evans, that was good.
That was fine.
I liked
was
it.
Fun.
That was great.
I'm a weird fan of those films.
I liked it a lot because I was
love
like
it
in
so much.
second grade when it came out.
Yeah, they're
was
fine.
good.
They're fun.
It was good.
And it's Chris Evans.
The second one wasn't good.
The second one was fine.
Second
It's
one
just
is
that
fine.
They
Boring.
The first one
rebooted
was
it and
just-
took
yeah.
all of the fun out of it. The one thing
Yeah.
the originals had going for is they were fun.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not written well. Maybe they're not like serious at all. But they
They're
were
so much
fun
fun,
to
yeah.
watch. This new one has no fun in it,
And
it's
they
just
they have great actresses.
in the new one.
In the old one in particular.
Who?
Jessica Alba.
Yeah, Jessica Alba. Isn't
She's
she playing?
so good. She
but
was
is
Invisible
playing
Girl.
a white person.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
And then the new one, they just, oh god, yeah, that Fan Four Stick. I called it when they released the plot synopsis of like the original plot synopsis of it that he wanted to do. I was like, this isn't gonna work because they wanted to make Doctor Doom an internet hacker.
Yeah. I was excited for it when the first trailer dropped, but
After
I'm
that,
disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean,
And when the reviews came, I didn't even give it.
Did you even see it?
No.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw
It
it.
is as bad as people say.
I didn't want to give it my money, but
It was-
I didn't give
yeah.
it my money. I watched it on an airplane. I
Oh,
made
okay.
sure to. He is producing Deadpool. He's got a great producing credit.
He's got
I'll give
great
that.
producing, yeah.
He's writing he's writing and producing an untitled Star Wars anthology film. Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
So X-Men Supernova is slated to come out next year. I also think that's too early.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to wait. Like, I guess there's the same distance between Future Past and Apocalypse.
Well, I don't like how they had like Days of Future Past and they go to Apocalypse, like a one-word title. Now they're going Supernova. It's like Days of Future Past is a cool title. Apocalypse, I just didn't think it's a cool title. It's like that's like X-Men
It's generic.
Wolverine or like it's like
I think it's gonna be they're gonna do Dark Phoenix again.
I know, but
Do we need to? I'm also.
The-
How can they do Dark Phoenix again when this is the guy who wrote it the first time?
yeah, and the first time was so good.
No.
Okay. The first time was better than this one.
Well, what
Apocalypse?
What Last Stand's missing is a lot of what makes X1 and X2 great. Is this they actually have a good job talking about mutants.
Yeah.
And that their distance
world
from
and,
society.
yeah.
Last Stand was so melodramatic, just with
Yeah.
the
Just
romance.
was
That's
it
true,
was a
that's true.
giant action set piece, and we
I
don't
still
really
like that
need
Jean
that.
Grey better than the current Jean Grey.
Yeah, current Jean Grey stinks.
What?
Yeah.
You don't like
No.
No.
I fell asleep for most of Apocalypse. So
well,
I-
there's your problem.
She's
yeah.
a great dude.
I like the actress a lot.
Yeah, I like her
And now
too.
she's going to cover the whole movie.
They're just putting Game of Thrones actors and everything. And
Yeah.
being like, they have a
You should
fan
watch
base.
Barely Lethal though. That's a funny movie.
Okay.
It's really bad, but yeah.
So
it's got her.
So
in it.
thoughts on final thoughts on Kinberg directing X-Men? I think we have to give him a chance because he's never directed
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we know his writing, and
yeah. I'm not too excited for it.
He
but
wrote Days
we'll
of
give him a
Future
chance.
Past.
We'll give him a
it's
chance.
like 1 out of 8.
1 out of 8.
Days of Future Past was really good though.
But like Days of Future Past is
I love that movie.
I think it's my favorite X-Men.
Hey, if he came up with the Quicksilver scene, the guy has talent. So
Oh, yeah.
we'll see.
He's an actor in the making of X-Men: The Last Stand. Who'd have thought? Okay, so next up on the list, if everyone can pull up the first picture of the cast of the young Han Solo film has
yeah.
been released.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna do the thoughts on that. I have my thoughts on it. I can't say I'm 100% on board.
Nah, Han Solo looks.
He
Not
looks
good.
doesn't look good.
He does not look good. He looks-
This was kind of the reality check when I realized that I don't think I want somebody else playing Han Solo.
That's exactly what I said when it was
Wait,
announced.
where's this
You just-
picture?
Here,
me
look,
just-
look
yeah,
off.
He just
my
looks
thing.
very lame to me, and like
Yeah, he doesn't look.
There's nothing.
That's Han Solo.
There's nothing
Yeah.
special about him. He's like in a leather jacket with like a blue like collar shirt. I'm
No,
like,
there's a surprising lack of Harrison Ford in this picture.
That makes me. It's just kind of this was the weird realization that I don't want anybody else to play Han Solo.
yeah,
go to Woody Harrelson's in it though.
yeah.
He's not in.
Chewie looks good though. I
I'm
gotta give him
entirely
that.
down with young Lando. I love Donald
Yeah.
Glover.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think he can do it, but
But is he Billy D?
I mean, I think he can do it. I think he's a good actor, but it just doesn't look like. It does not look like young Han Solo.
It's not Han. Yeah,
Nope.
Like it just doesn't. And I don't.
I mean that looks like young Lando, but
Yeah, because we didn't see Lando till the 5th movie.
yeah,
We saw who was young
Yeah, we
Han
saw
Solo.
young Han.
We saw young
Yeah.
Han. Unless like young Han is like 14 or
Exactly.
15.
Like Han is already like, what is he, 28 maybe in A New Hope? Like
Yeah.
28, 30. So like that's young. This guy looks
Like
that
18.
That
old.
old.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm worried they're gonna make him like
Lois,
if
yeah.
they work on and make him like, oh, he's 18 in this.
I could see that, but
That's
they're
fine.
not doing that.
No,
I think they're
he
gonna
doesn't
take
look
it like
18.
Han Solo. Maybe he's gonna go on like separate adventures or something, but it's gonna be maybe the same age, which is gonna be just.
I don't
wrong.
like it. He just doesn't look like he's.
He's playing like a High School Musical where Zac Efron's in it, and he's supposed to be a high school character, and he's like 7.
It should be like just the feeling of looking at this photo and seeing like Alden Ehrenreich playing one of the most famous characters of all time that we just attribute so much to that. It's like now I'm just starting to think like I wish they didn't make this.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, we won't know until the film comes out. But I'm starting to feel I'm wishing they didn't make this film.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it was necessary.
No, definitely not necessary.
I think this was
No.
a character they shouldn't have touched.
Yeah.
I'd honestly rather have like an Obi-Wan, like
Because
yeah.
we have a character who can play him.
yeah,
Obi-Wan would be great.
like in
Ewan-
between.
Ewan McGregor is old enough to play that character.
And he
again.
said he'll come back and do it.
And I
so.
love that because he was the best part about the prequels.
True.
Yeah.
He made bad dialogue fine.
Yeah, he was the best, easily the best part about the prequels. And
Yeah.
this has me worried a lot.
Yeah. It just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look
Chewie
right.
looks old too.
Okay, but like Chewie's Chewie, you know.
Yeah,
Chewie's good.
Chewie didn't look old in A New
In A New
Hope.
Hope, that's true.
We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to see. Yeah.
Yeah, more news as the young Han Solo film has begun shooting, and we will know more about this as it gets closer to release. Next big topic, DC Productions is looking to hire Mel Gibson to direct Suicide Squad
Well,
2.
let's start with like a high thing. They got Matt Reeves to do Batman. He officially signed on.
I thought he left.
Wait. What?
Matt Reeves, he signed on to direct the
Oh,
Batman
to
movie.
direct. Okay, I was like,
direct it.
is
Not
Ben
to
Affleck
play it.
not going to be?
No, that
Okay.
happened yesterday.
We don't know. Well, this whole Batman snafu is like...
What happened?
Well, first, so Affleck says he's
out of direction.
Affleck said, I don't know, and then Affleck said, yes, I'm doing it, and then Affleck just said, no, I'm not doing it, and then
Not
they're
doing
like,
what?
They're directing the Batman,
Okay.
and then Matt Reeves is like, then they said, oh, we may be talking to Matt Reeves, and Matt Reeves says, no, I'm not doing it anymore, and now he's actually doing
But
it.
yeah, yesterday they said that they signed him.
Like-
so,
I don't know,
which is cool.
but like, are we gonna have Affleck in this?
Let's hope so.
I don't really.
I mean, is he going to
If
be?
he doesn't want
is he
to
going to be
in it,
Batman?
he shouldn't be in it. I would like to see somebody else.
He's going to act.
yes, I
Okay.
think so. He's still in Justice League, but
He has a contract. He's definitely going to be in the next one because he's getting paid for it.
Yeah.
But after that,
jury's out on whether he's going to stay after Justice League.
Yeah.
but yeah, Mel Gibson for Suicide Squad 2.
All right, let's first cover the fact. Do we want/need a Suicide Squad 2?
I think if it's good, yes.
It's not going to be good, though.
No, we don't need it because the first one was so bad.
We don't need another Suicide Squad at all. I never want to see another one of those again.
But like it was coming. It did make money.
Yeah.
Still, it's like there's so many other things they could have gone for, and they said, like, out of the gate, this is the one thing that, like, of all the news of like that what DC is maybe or maybe not doing, this is the one's like, A, I think it's going to happen, and B, I don't want it to. There shouldn't be a Suicide Squad 2, and now Mel's directing or might direct it.
Hey, he knows action.
I don't care.
That's true.
It's just not.
But I don't think it's an action movie. I mean,
It
Be
is.
an action movie.
I don't
It's gonna
care
be,
about
that's true.
any of those characters, nor do I want to see any of them again.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I hated the movie, but I don't think the fan base learned from the first one, and I think they will go out and see the second one, even if it's also crap.
I mean,
Yeah.
I will. We're all gonna end up seeing it.
Oh,
no matter
yeah.
what. This
Let's be real.
this room here, we'll see a Suicide
As long
Squad
as
2.
Batman's in a scene.
We'll see it. We'll see. I mean, we'll see every
True.
movie that. We'll see every comic book movie that comes out. Like that's
forever.
we're different,
Yeah,
but I'm talking about the bigger audience. Like, that movie's so bad.
Yeah.
I'd love. There's so many other things DC should be putting their time for. Like, I would rather even see the Gotham City Sirens, which is a terrible idea in itself, but I'd much rather see that than a sequel to Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Maybe Mel Gibson can make it coherent and sort of make sense, unlike the other one.
I think we're gonna end up
Yeah.
getting a C-Fan 4 stick all over again. I think Mel's gonna direct something decent, and then the studio's gonna chop it up, and he's gonna get really mad, and then they're gonna do a ton of things at the end of it.
He must be getting a lot of money for this.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think he's gonna do it. The studio's eyeing him.
Oh, you think?
But I don't think he's gonna. What no idiot would look at that and go, "Oh, this movie got thrashed by critics, and I can't sit through the first 10 minutes of it. Let me direct the
That is
sequel."
a challenge. Like,
I mean, okay, you could say that the guy.
It's also not in his wheelhouse at all.
No,
Yeah.
he shouldn't. That shouldn't be the superhero movie for him to direct.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you could say Ouija. Ouija's a great example. You can't sit through the first 10 minutes of that trash pile, but then the sequel is one of the best horror movies of the last year.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that happens.
Who knows?
I really don't
Yeah.
see it, but I cannot stand the fact that it's existing.
Yeah.
DC, it's still alive, but
It's
Still alive.
It's going. If Affleck leaves, DC,
Wonder Woman-
DC might collapse.
and then Justice League.
I
and
hope
then
Wonder
we'll see.
Woman's good.
I heard rumors it isn't.
Oh no.
I heard rumors
really?
it literally falls.
They already get tested.
In a very, very closed screening, there was somebody on board who passed on the knowledge that it follows the exact same problems as Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad. That there was something there, and then the editors chopped it up, or they made changes to it that they didn't need to.
I just want a Man of Steel, like, competent movie.
The saddest part that Man of Steel is the best that
Yeah, right.
DCU has ever given us. Is
like,
really, really
you come out of it, I
pathetic.
was like, that was fine. That's all I want right now.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I just want that.
And like I watched it 2 times after, and I was like, I liked it more.
Yeah.
I'm good. Like I would give it a 7 out of 10 right now instead of
Yeah.
a 5. But like,
Yeah.
please,
A lot of that had to do with Kevin Costner, like the dad relationship.
Man of Steel is about as good as Thor 2.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
Thor too.
I like Thor 2 a lot too, but it is probably the
It's
lowest.
not- it's not
the
yet.
lowest bar
Yeah.
Marvel
It
has
is.
put out.
I like how we just don't even talk about Marvel. It's like, yeah, Marvel makes good super movies. That's just what happens.
Marvel hasn't messed up yet. Oh, that's something I need to talk about.
What?
Next voted topic. There was a test screening of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and for the first time in Marvel history, it scored a 100.
Oh,
After how these screenings work for Marvel is after the screening is over, Marvel asks every member of the audience to rate it between 0 and 100, and every single member of this audience gave it an 100.
Whoa.
Great to hear.
That has never happened before.
Wow.
I'm not surprised,
Iron Man
but-
scored in the high 90s, and the
Man
first
was so
Avengers
good.
movie scored in the high 90s, but nothing has ever scored in 100.
Wow.
So does that mean they're just gonna like, all right, let's leave it,
Like,
I hope so.
that's nuts.
push it up?
How? Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god!
They can't push it up. They have it set for like the next 40 years.
Like,
True.
whew, I'm
I'm
so
so
excited.
excited.
That will probably be the last show we have.
I was actually slightly worried with the trailer that it'll focus too much on like Baby Groot and just do like marketing for that, and like some of the special effects looked a little like computerized. But no, it's like I'm glad.
I mean, with that news, like,
Can we go see that opening day?
absolutely,
Please. All right.
We'll see it opening day and then have the review, just like we did Civil War last year.
We'll
and how
probably go
you
see
guys
it
did
twice in
Doctor
a row.
Strange.
Let's be real.
Easily, it's the sequel to one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when the title came up in the first one, and I was like, "This is gonna be a ride!" Like with that
Oh, yeah.
music. I
It
was
is.
like-
Oh, yeah.
It was such a dark horse.
I didn't even expect any of that. But
So yeah, that's a vote of confidence from Marvel that
Yeah.
Marvel's on what, movie 15 and is now making their best
Yeah.
on movie 15.
they
Yeah.
have the right people working on it.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm sad about is we know the Guardian story. When the first one came out, you had no idea what to expect, and it was like, bam! Now we know what to expect. I kind of want. I hope they give us that
They'll give it
bang
to us.
again.
Yeah. It's. I mean, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It scored higher than the first one.
scored higher than the first one. Yeah.
Dang.
So next up we have a new clip from the movie Kong Skull Island connects where John Goodman's character references King Kong as a Muto.
What's a
from the-
Muto?
Did you watch the Godzilla movie?
Yeah.
That's what.
Oh, it's the giant beast from like
As it's what they reference those giant beasts as.
yeah.
So this is the first connection between the two worlds of King Kong and Godzilla. So this embraces the bigger topic.
Cool.
Thoughts on this larger monster cinematic universe that we're getting? That now this is the first instance of them being connected. Thoughts on that?
Good.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I mean, it's just like it's a big, powerful monster movie.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
It gets you excited for King Kong vs. Godzilla, which they're taking their sweet
Yeah.
time doing.
I just want some Pacific Rim sort of like fun
Yeah.
action with big monsters.
When's Pacific Rim 2 coming out?
That we'll talk about that next, actually.
Oh, whoa.
So yeah,
Whoa.
actually, let's pull up the first concept art for the Jaegers in Pacific Rim Uprising
Oh, man.
has dropped.
Nice.
So give us a second while we pull this up. Josh, just talk on the microphone, keep people entertained.
I don't know. I love the first Pacific Rim. Okay, first off, if you guys haven't seen it yet, go out and see Atlantic Rim. It's a really bad remake of the first one that cost like 10 million or something, maybe not even. Go see that. But yeah, the first Pacific Rim was so much fun. I don't know.
We're still a year away from Pacific Rim 2.
Oh man, the first Pacific Rim was just beautiful.
Yeah, I have the photo.
All right, so here's the photos of the new Jaegers.
That one looks a little like Master Chief.
I
like the bulked up Master Chief.
honestly though, I would say I'm a little worried.
It's a little too.
It's a little too refined.
This is a first concept photo. I will give them that. But like one of the reasons the first one was so good was just how different each of the Jaegers looked.
Yeah.
Like these just look like copies of Striker Eureka.
True.
The
main one.
Australian one.
Yeah,
No, that's
yeah,
Gypsy Danger's the main one. They all look
Yeah,
like
they
Striker
do.
Eureka.
Yeah, they really do.
Like one of the best ones in that was Cherno Alpha, the one that just looked like a large Russian military silo sitting on top of a fist.
This
Yeah.
looks more like an army rather than like individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope they managed to capture some of that, just like the individuality of the original ones.
Yeah.
And I'm worried these might be a little too fluid. Like what makes Cherno so fun to watch is that it like takes its time to move. And so same with Gypsy Danger and all like they're all very unique in the way they act. So I mean this is early concept art. I believe they just started production.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pacific Rim Uprising comes out next year, and I am very much excited.
Yeah.
Like, wow, it's
Cool.
going to be very good.
Yeah.
First one was super fun.
Yeah.
All right. So this will probably be me.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say bye to Matt. Actually, perfect timing.
Fantastic.
So we're gonna say goodbye to Matt. Matt will be back next week.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Bye,
Matt. All right. So that being said, Josh, we watched a clip from the opening clip. Where it talks about whether or not this will actually be in the film. I've come out about from the film Alien Covenant.
Alien Covenant. Is that your most anticipated?
That is my most.
Homecoming.
No. Alien Covenant is my most anticipated.
It's come back up after this clip.
Yeah, I mean this makes it even more.
Yeah.
But so the clip named "The Last Supper" was released from Covenant. So we're gonna just talk thoughts on this because I'm like my jaw's dropped. I'm so excited for this.
I kind of want to watch it again. I kept expecting something bad to happen with the alien, and it didn't.
Well, that was
great.
I think this is the very beginning of the film.
So I didn't realize. I thought it was a trailer.
No.
So I was like, oh well,
But I mean, this also gives us our first look at James Franco.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked really good.
No, I was happy with him.
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy with him. We got Danny McBride. I think he's going to be good in this.
He seemed, I mean, he's a lot of fun.
And yeah, the cast just looked really.
The cast looked great. Yeah.
But
the robots again, great.
Yeah, and it looks like this time this robot's significantly different from David from Prometheus.
I haven't seen Prometheus yet.
But I was talking with some friends about this, but so the Covenant ship is huge. And they're a colonization.
It's almost a Star Wars-esque looking ship.
But like, think about this. So if it's a colonization thing, what else is on that ship? There's I have two running ideas. One is that it is a terraforming device. The other one is it's a bunch of colonists, all that can be turned into xenomorphs. If there's 1,000 people on that ship, that's a possibility of over 1,000 aliens.
Wow.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I think it gave you just as much as you needed. Like it didn't give us too much, but it gave us enough to like not spoil anything, but like be able to just be excited.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so excited for that film.
Yeah.
I think it comes out like 2 weeks after we get out. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. All right. So that wraps up the news for this week. Josh and I have 4 total movies to drop reviews to you guys. So Josh, why don't you open with your review of Space Between Us?
All right. So was it a really great movie? No. Was it a really cute date movie? Yes. It was with my girlfriend. It was a lot of fun. It was a space movie. It was quite cheesy. I mean, the guy is actually, I guess I won't spoil anything, but
I think don't spoil.
It was very cute. It was very fun, and it was very sad. It was very emotional. I mean, I'd definitely go see it. The space was pretty. The location on Mars was beautiful, and the guy and the girl, they played off each other very well.
Okay, they did have chemistry.
Yeah, I thought they did. I mean, they were both very innocent, okay, it wasn't. There were many times when the lines were just, oh gosh, why would you say that?
Yeah,
but
I mean, this does hold like a below 20% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
I think it says one nomination. My guess is it's probably nominated for Teen Choice Awards. What? Stop. Has a Metascore of 33 out of 100.
Yeah. So it's not a great movie, but it's a really cute date movie.
Okay,
So,
we'll give it that.
yeah.
So yeah, it starred. What did you think of Gary Oldman?
He was good. Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. I mean, for what he was, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and Asa Butterfield was in it.
Yeah.
What else has he been in?
It's a butterfly.
He is in Hugo and Ender's Game.
Yeah. We won't go to
And
Ender's Game.
Peculiar Children.
Peregrine's Home, yeah.
Never saw that.
I liked him in that. Yeah, he was great in this. He played his part well. Whether the part was very well done, well, that's something else. But I mean, he did what he needed to.
Okay.
He's good looking, so it worked.
All right. So, out of, do you want to give it a score? Because I'm doing that now.
Out of what?
20 is my 20 is my like list.
12,
12 out of 20.
maybe.
Okay, that's pretty high praise.
Yeah, it's good for what it is, which is a cute date movie.
Okay.
As a movie, it's less, but
All right.
Yeah.
So I got a chance over the last 3 weeks. I've seen 3 films in theaters. Let's start out with.
you didn't invite me at all.
Nope. Start with the first one I saw. John Wick Chapter 2.
are you gonna spoil it?
No.
Okay.
Won't spoil any of these. John Wick Chapter 2. Yeah. It
Yeah.
works. It really works. It expands that whole underground universe thing with like that they had in the first one with like how they have the whole like underground assassin society.
Yeah.
I loved that. It make it bigger. There's this one. It's in the trailer, but he meets up with he goes to the like Italian version of the hotel, and he runs in. He asks for the sommelier, played by I forget this guy's name, but he's in a lot. He's a very big supporting actor, but and he gets the sommelier and asks for a tasting. The sommelier brings out all of these guns and is talking. It's just
That's
like
great.
It is a film that is excessively cool.
Oh yeah.
And I'll give it that. It's so fun. And then I think my problem is that the first act is very slow.
Yep.
It's really, really slow. And I wasn't the biggest fan
And
of
that's
that.
hard. 'Cause
Yeah.
This is John Wick.
But then once that first act ends, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He kills more people. He kills over 100 people in this movie.
Whoa.
All by himself. And the action is unprecedented. And the cinematography, the way they use colors in this is incredible.
Yep.
Love it. I loved it. It's one of I was just so blown away by how they do this. I think the only big thing is that what it lacks in comparison to the first one is it's a lot more complicated with its story, which I wasn't the biggest fan of, because one of the reasons the first one's so great is that his motives are very simple for getting back into this. That this kid commits the worst crime, like such a terrible crime to him by killing his puppy.
Yeah.
And then he goes back and then he gets drawn into this one for a much more complicated and unnecessary reason.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess that's how they have to do it in the new one. But I was kind of let down by the fact that it was just so much more complicated.
Yeah.
But I can give it the fact that it is just incredible with how well it's violent. It is super violent, and it's just really, really like it. Once that first act's over, it just does not let go of you, and it goes for it just goes and goes and goes and goes, and then like stuff happens, and it just mounts even higher, and it's so much fun to watch. And I ended up giving it a 15 out of 20.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves kills it again.
Nice. Yeah. That's definitely on my to watch list.
Fully on the entire different side.
Like a Batman movie?
No, I didn't see it.
50 Shades Darker.
Yes.
Oy vey.
Oh boy, the sequel to the less than stellar film 50 Shades of Grey came out the same exact weekend. 50 Shades Darker stars Jamie Dormer and
the girl
and Dakota Johnson.
Let's Be
Dornan,
Single,
sorry.
yeah.
And boasts a beautiful Metascore of 33, Rotten Tomato score of 9 out of 100. I don't agree with the critics on this.
Okay.
I liked it a lot more than I was expecting. I
Was
went
it
into
good for what it was?
I mean, I went into it with a 0 ready to give this film a 0 to like laugh at it so much. And I will give it. It has atrocious writing at times. The chemistry between the two of them just doesn't work. A lot of it. It is in no way a good movie. It isn't even a fresh movie. But there are things that work.
Yep.
Things that work. The story is so much better than the first one. It's not mixed up with the whole contract deal and stuff like that. This one's a lot more about their relationship. It's about this inner man's struggle with dealing with a relationship that he has never had before, and these feelings he's had about something that he's never had before. There is a lot of there's romance in it. It's sexy at times. There's some sex scenes that go on. Much better sex scenes than the first one. It feels like there was a sense of a story here. Some other downsides of this film, there was a significant amount of characters that did not need to be in this movie. Like, there's this like character that plays her boss, not from the first one, but a different boss, and I just did not care about this character. I didn't like him in this film. He didn't need to be in this film, and apparently he's like the antagonist in the next one. It just felt so not needed, and it made me so upset that this existed, like that this was there. It's like, come on, just like. And then there's this other character. Like all these characters are essential to the story, and then this other character that plays like the woman who made Christian Grey what he is. Just like, okay, I get that this character needed, like, is part of the book and is an essential character, but oh my god, what a waste of a character. Like, just such a pointless character. And I think this film would have been way better if A, they wrote it decently, B, those characters that didn't need to be in it came out, and C, it did not rely on the fact that it was a sequel to the first one. There was a really interesting film inside of this. There was an interesting directing. There's a lot of good choices in costuming and stuff like that, stuff that got me interested. It was sexy, I'll give it that. But it just doesn't, it falls flat on so many things. It makes me upset because it's going to get destroyed by critics who think it is so bad it's funny. And I would entirely disagree with that. I think there is a really decent semblance of a movie in here that I enjoyed. I enjoyed watching. It's got a great soundtrack. There's like a few scenes in there, like there's a scene with a helicopter that just could have been told without it there, but needed to be in there because it attracted a certain audience, but it was just stupid. It was just such a waste of a scene. And this film doesn't deserve the rating it got by most critics, but has a significant amount of flaws that I was upset about. That being said, I won't even place it in my bottom, like it won't be in my bottom 10 of the year. There was like a significant amount of things in there I liked, and I can't put it in the bottom of my year. So I ended up giving it a 9 out of 10. Not enough to say it's a fresh film, but enough to say that it isn't something that I'll probably talk about it later on, but it isn't something I'm going to be talking about as anything compared to the crap that came out the end of last year, like Nerve or Gods of Egypt or The Boy or Nine Lives or Grimsby. It wasn't boring, which is, I think, a huge sin of a film. So like it's not something I said you shouldn't watch. There's something to it, and it smiles better than the original, the first one. It's just much better. Okay, then let's wrap this up with my last review for A Cure for Wellness.
Oh, right.
This is Gore Verbinski's.
What did you give? 50 Shades?
9 out of 20.
9 out of 20. Okay.
So just below the
just below
fresh
halfway.
Right. Yeah. So this Cure for Wellness, directed by Gore Verbinski. It is a fantasy horror thriller. It is just weird.
My
god, it's weird. It is. Let's start by saying that most of our viewers should not see this film. It's not for them. It is just so out there. I ended up seeing it by myself, which I think was the best call because there's so much to take in. It is 2.5 hours long. Which is that's insane runtime. And the problem with it is it's one of those films where it doesn't really give. Here, let's just talk about the plot for a sec. It's Dane DeHaan plays this character who is tasked by his failing like economic whatever. It's his like failing firm, like accounting firm. They need him to go and get their CEO from this like really shady wellness spa in Switzerland. And he goes there and meets these people and starts realizing there's something really wrong going on here. Like he starts having these crazy visions and he starts thinking he's going crazy. This film is just weird. There's a lot of it.
That's what I got from the trailer.
There's a lot I didn't get. There's like a lot of stuff. There's a lot of questions I have about it. And the problem is with the 2.5 hour runtime, you can't watch it a second time, really. It doesn't work. Like you can't go out and see it another time, which is too bad. Like in the end, the main plot, the main questions you have are answered, but there's a lot of like what are the eels doing in this film? Like that gets answered in like somewhat, but it's not firm like why they're here or anything like that. And like there was choices. I'm very lukewarm on this film because there's a lot of choices in it that I didn't like, but there is so much that I loved about the fact that it took chances, and it is more than anything super original. Yeah, this I think borrows the most from The Shining, like just in feeling, which I like. I like the fact that it was going for that, and it is just incredibly well shot. It takes its time. It is a slow burn, and there's very little jump scare. It's a lot of like just creep,
psychological,
creep, and like just the fear of the unknown. The setting is beautiful. Yeah, but I strongly liked a lot about this, but I left the theater feeling really mixed about it, and I think it's gonna feel like that. But I did find myself thinking about stuff about it for a while, and like I said, that this is nowhere near the film for most people. But and it's not a cable movie in any sense. It's not something you can jump into and just understand what's going on. Yeah, it is just weird, and it's probably gonna disappear. It could become a cult film. I could see that, but Verbinski directs it well. Dane DeHaan does a great job. It's really hard to connect to. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on, and it is creep. There are a few parts in it that make you jump to the edge of your seat and make your skin crawl. There's like there's some like
creepy or
no, there's like
tense or
climactic parts of horror in that will make you want to leave the theater. There's a specific dentist scene that I was like on the edge of my seat, like slits in the eyes kind of watch. That's like, I think that's like the only really big one, but there's a lot like
little things.
There's a lot of creepiness in it. There's not a lot of jump scares, but there's a lot of creepiness, and I'll give it for that it's trying to do something different. And that's I think where I like stand with it. It is trying to do something different, and I respect it for that. All right.
So what did you give it?
I gave it a 13 out of 20.
Okay.
All right. So we have some little extra time, so we're gonna give you like a 15-minute little extra topic. At the end of last year, we saw the tragic release of Assassin's Creed. So we're going to talk, are video game movies dead? Will they ever become a thing?
No, because they still have the Fruit Ninja movie coming out, so they're not dead yet.
Okay, let's be real, though. Are video games movies dead? Because like they've tried to revive this franchise, this genre over and over and over again and failed. Yeah. Like they tried 3-4 times last year. All of them tanked.
Okay, maybe they tanked, but they weren't all bad.
They were all bad.
Angry Birds
is a bad movie.
No.
I'm looking at you right now. Angry Birds is a bad movie.
Okay, it's a bad movie, but I enjoy watching it. And kids enjoyed watching it.
Few.
Kids enjoyed watching it.
It was a bad movie.
Okay, so here's the thing. Recent movie... The problem with video game movies... All right, here's the thing. So, video games are becoming more and more realistic, and so... You can't adapt something that's already really realistic into a realistic movie without, like, altering it slightly and just making it weird. Like,
yeah, because I think a lot of the problem with this is that there's this back and forth. These people of like the video gamers want to see the story that they had from their games told, but these stories are told over like 20-hour periods where you make decisions and you make choices, and thus taking that and condensing it into a 2-hour film,
it doesn't work.
And most studios decide to instead of
sticking true to the fan base,
they decide to tell a different story, which like every time so far has failed. Yeah. The only time this year that it somewhat didn't was in Warcraft, where Warcraft told the story. Yeah. But that film just there are always these parts that do, like Ratchet and Clank tanked. Angry Birds didn't tank but was a bad movie. Yeah. Warcraft tanked in America but made so much overseas but it's not a good movie. Yeah. And Assassin's Creed tanked and was terrible. And that should not have done that.
Yeah. Like I mean I just don't think you can I don't think in this current era you can take a story. There's nothing new you can do. You can't make it new enough and interesting enough to make it a good movie. It's just all right. You're taking this game and you're making a side shoot of it, except it's a video game, but you can't do anything in it. It's like an extended cutscene from a game, and
they don't work. And then they by retelling something new, they alienate the fan base that they had before. By making changes, they do this. Like with the Assassin's Creed, it decided to change the animus to this arm where the character would flatten down. What it do is when they'd cut out of these like scenes in when he would go into the animus and go into the past, they would cut from that to the actual animus moving because they thought that was what would work, and that just didn't work. It didn't work for that. Yeah. And they also tried a new storyline, which also just didn't work. Yeah. And so they try to make these like once they realize they can't tell a story from the game, they decide to make an offshoot and try to change things, and
it just doesn't work.
Yeah. And I think there's also this like why Warcraft worked for the fans and didn't work for the audience was that they had a director on board who was a fan of the show and all of the game. And all the actors were, and that's not true about Assassin's Creed. The director knew nothing, and what's his name? Fassbender hadn't even played it before.
Oh wow.
Which is like, that shouldn't happen.
He should have like played it just because he was acting in it. I mean, at least, yeah.
And I think a lot of like, I would have loved to see Assassin's Creed 2 in this. I mean, I know that there's like lots of parts of it, but I would have liked to see Assassin's Creed 2 told as the Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people look at it towards like maybe Halo. Yeah. Halo is something that you could possibly do.
Halo you could possibly do. But I mean, again, all these movies are just so they're games. They're so there's a specific Warcraft is kind of it's open world, and it's kind of you kind of do your own thing. That's
World of Warcraft. This is based off of the game Warcraft. There's Warcraft 1, 2, and 3. Then there's World of Warcraft.
Oh,
yeah,
huh? I didn't know that.
So it's a different thing, but there's like stuff you can realize. Like there's stuff that people know from World of Warcraft that like blends.
Yeah, but so you just can't Halo. I mean, I don't think you can make a new story for Halo. I just don't think it'll work.
No, you can't.
Yeah. It's like the same with other games. You can't make a good enough new story in games with like quests and all these things. You can say, all right, here's just a new quest, and it's just here's something about that. But you couldn't do that in Halo. You couldn't really do that in Call of Duty. I mean, I don't think it's working.
Well, I don't think they're going to realize this, but because of the way that it works in a studio, not a studio, but like a production group will never take that. But I think that a lot of video games would benefit a lot from a TV series.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When I was watching Assassin's Creed, I'm like, this is something that a HBO series would really benefit from.
Yeah.
And another thing that they really don't get is that these movies should not be rated PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
M-rated video games are... They're doing this consistent thing where they take an M-rated video game and make it a PG-13 movie. And... Because of the fact that M-rated video games have a fan base that's so much younger than something like an R-rated movie. So when you take something like Halo, which is played by like 9 and 10-year-olds who don't understand what's going on, or Assassin's Creed's the same way, and they make it a PG-13 movie so that those kids can see it, they're missing out on stuff. Like, what's
Pokemon, for example. Pokemon is a TV series. It worked.
Yes,
and
it
did. The games.
It did in the game.
The movies didn't work too well.
Well, I think the movies are. That's a different story. I think they just have bad writers and it's a translation.
Fair.
But the games, the shows are made and designed for children, and the games are also E-rated, so kids can play them.
So it works, yeah.
But when you think of Halo, which for the first time ever got a T rating, which is dumb, but it's an M-rated video game with adult like Assassin's Creed. Within the first 5 minutes of Assassin's Creed 2, this kid watches his entire family get hanged.
Wow. Like, yeah, I haven't played the second one.
That's like something though that's the first. It's not a spoiler. Like happens really early on, but that's something that they would never touch in the PG-13 Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah, you can't touch it
because they're going for this PG-13 rating because they don't want to alienate this fan base, which is a problem. Because like, okay, we are going to get a Last of Us film no matter what. It's gonna happen.
I'm hoping for. I think The Last of Us is one of the greatest games ever, greatest stories ever made, and I think that's what makes it.
Do you think that's going to be it?
I think if the game is a good story, then yes. But like, I don't think you really play Assassin's Creed for the story. I think okay, Halo. I think the story makes it, but you can't rewrite that story. But The Last of Us, if they do the same story, The Last of Us is kind of a film already.
Yeah,
and so.
But the problem, I would be worried if they said The Last of Us would be rated PG-13.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't work.
That wouldn't work. But they're going to do it because studios have this stupid thought that that every video game is played by children.
Yeah,
which is like if
Not
they
true.
made a BioShock movie PG-13, I would be up in arms because it wouldn't work.
So dumb, yeah.
And that's why something like HBO would do so well with this because like okay, one of my favorite games of all time is The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, and imagine if the creators of Game of Thrones took that. Yeah. It would be incredible. Or like even the creators like or it's a HBO series took Assassin's Creed. Mm-hmm. They'd be allowed to do all this stuff that the movie never did. Yeah. And they could have the time to take it. And I think that's why this kind of getting a good team and like a movie's not long enough.
Yeah. Like Portal is an incredible story. If they even tried to make a movie of that, It wouldn't work because the point of the game is you discover the story yourself, whereas in a movie you're just given it.
Yeah.
So that's why I've never wanted a Portal movie.
I
ever.
don't think, and I'm sure they're going to try it.
Oh yeah.
I think we're in a situation right now where they're going to keep trying. They're going to try video game movies for a while, but
until they stop making money.
Well, they aren't. None of them are making money.
Warcraft made a lot of money.
I think Warcraft's going to exist for a while, and I think we're going to get a lot of.
I'm not mad about that. It was fine.
Of all of the video game movies last year, Warcraft was the one I liked.
Yeah.
Like I left that one with, I think it was like a 5 out of 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
Warcraft was
and I kind of want
a 4 out of 10.
I kind of want to see a second Warcraft movie.
Yeah, like I left the theater thinking that. I'm like, I can see this going somewhere. But also, I felt kind of in the dust with a lot of what was making it hard because of the whole because it was
built for fans. Yeah,
the fans got so much out of that I didn't.
Yeah,
like all these illusions, and the Warcraft had some bad. The human acting in that was trash. The guy, I forget who plays the
main guy.
The guy who plays the wizard was just terrible.
Yeah.
I was so just like, I get this guy out of here.
Yeah,
and it was predictable, which I didn't like either. But
it was fun.
All the human characters I didn't like. I think Warcraft is gonna. It's kind of made itself. That film made itself a niche where it's ridiculous, and they are aware of the ridiculous aspects. Like all the armor on the humans is just huge.
Yeah,
like they could have tried to replicate Lord of the Rings and making it this gritty. We're gonna make it seem realistic, but they didn't, and they went for it, and that makes it so like, Warcraft's just not another Lord of the Rings or another Game of Thrones. It's different.
Yeah,
and it will be different.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
So, in conclusion, I don't think video games are dead. I don't think they're going to get a lot better. I mean, unless we see something really revolutionary, they're not going to get better. But they're going to be around. They're going to keep trying, and maybe they'll succeed. And Warcraft is going to stay around for a while.
Yeah, Warcraft, I think, will be the successful line, especially overseas, because it makes a lot of money out there.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be interested to see how the sequel does.
Yeah. When's the sequel slated to come out?
I don't think they have. They haven't greenlit it yet, I don't believe. All right, so this is going to start the closing of our show. We're going to try to keep it. We have 20 minutes left, so we're going to try to talk at least a decent amount going into in this last situation. But it's coming to theaters. We have Before I Fall.
Oh,
so let's talk
I don't even
about
know what that is.
I'm gonna pull it up on IMDb so we have a little bit of time to talk about these. So Before I Fall.
Is that the one about tripping?
No, I don't literally know nothing about this. It stars Zoe Dutch, who was in she was in Why Him. She's the girl from Why Him.
Oh, you liked that movie, right?
I liked it. I thought she was great.
Was she good in it? Yeah.
Yeah.
James Franco was in that, right?
Yeah. It's got Logan Miller, who is in Scout's Guide.
I can't believe James Franco's in Alien. I had no idea.
Me too.
Then he comes out of nowhere and whoop, there he is.
I saw a little picture of him in the cast photo, but I liked it. So it stars Zoe Dutch. And it's a story of it's a romance movie, drama mystery. Never mind. Her death. Salmon tickles him. Oh, it's like Groundhog Day. Stuck reliving her last day over one inexplicable week.
Honestly, all the Groundhog Day movies that have come out recently, which is Groundhog Day and Edge of Tomorrow, did great. And I think if they do it like Edge of Tomorrow and like Groundhog Day, where each time it's not boring, it never gets boring, I think this movie could be a lot of fun. Yeah,
it's directed by Rai Russo Young, who I don't know anything of her stuff. It's holding a 64 on Rotten Tomatoes, which isn't bad. It's fresh currently. Cool. And it has a 7 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, chances we're not going to end up seeing this.
Yeah.
All right. Next film is Headshot. This is a limited release, but I wanted to talk about it because of the creative team. Headshot is I believe it's I think it's Korean. Don't quote me on that. I don't know for a fact. But it is by the people who created The Raid, which I still need to see. It's The Raid is hailed as one of the greatest action movies ever.
The Raid?
The Raid. Well, we're gonna watch The Raid, so we're gonna talk about it more. But The Raid is hailed as one of the greatest action movies. So Headshot is by the same creative team, I believe.
Cool.
So that's interesting.
Blue Eyes plays a young man who washes ashore an amnesiac with a serious head injury whose past comes back to haunt him shortly after being nursed back to health by a young doctor. Violence ensues. Sweet, sweet violence.
Yeah, from the trailer revealed actually a little too much.
Oh.
But the trailer looked dope. for this.
Nice.
All right, next up is Table 19. I saw the trailer for this back over last summer, but it's Anna Kendrick. She's like
Anna Kendrick and the dude from Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
Craig Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, she like plays like a friend, like a weird like ex. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't think this is gonna.
I'm not looking forward to it.
This is gonna tank because it took so long to come out.
It just doesn't look good.
Nope.
So yeah.
But it needed to come out anyways.
Yeah.
And then the two big wide releases that have been pushing, we have The Shack, which I will not see at all.
What is The Shack about?
The Shack
is that a horror movie?
No, it's a film about it's like a Christian drama. Sam Worthington's kid dies or gets kidnapped.
Wasn't Sam Worthington in Terminator Judgment Day?
No, the fourth one.
The fourth one, whatever.
I don't Terminator. No one cares. Sam Worthington he plays a dad whose kid dies. I don't know, and then he like tries to figure. It looks really bad. Tim McGraw's in it for some reason, and so is Octavia Spencer.
Terminator Salvation. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this like trailer just did not. It looks like it's gonna be feel good spirituality. I don't know. I am not seeing this because of the main movie that is coming out this week, Logan.
Let's talk about that. You heard the news, right? So supposedly, I read somewhere this is going to be Patrick Stewart's last Charles Xavier.
Yes, and I believe it's also this is the end for Patrick Stewart as Professor X and Hugh Jackman as the Wolverine.
Yeah, I read that they watched in theaters, and I mean we all knew that Hugh Jackman was going to leave, and then he came in. Patrick Stewart was like, "Yeah, you know what? This is the perfect way to say goodbye to Charles Xavier. This is it."
I am so excited for this.
Can we go see this Thursday night?
Actually, I think that's the only. No, I can't see it Thursday. You can't see it Thursday night either. We have an acapella concert
Afterwards.
Yeah, we can't.
Come on.
Trust me. We'll see this
Friday night.
Oh shoot.
I can't
see it Friday night. I can't see it at all.
Well, I'm going then.
Go the weekend, and you'll do the review on Sunday,
Yes.
and then I'll see it Sunday night again with you.
Okay.
So yeah, Logan's opening this week.
I mean, it's going to be a new fan favorite in the young one.
Holding a 96 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
It was good enough that the director said he wanted to make an X-23 movie, which is the young girl in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to read anything about this because I don't want spoilers. I think I got a spoiler for it that I won't say anything, but like, I think I got a spoiler for it, which makes me kind of upset. So yeah, Logan is going to be the big hit next year. We're going to do a spoiler review, a review, depending on what you need to see it with Matt, so you guys can do a spoiler review and I'll leave. Yep. We'll do a review, and I'll be a outside viewpoints.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't be able to. So I will be able to do that. And then we have so let's talk about the Blu-rays. Actually excited about this. We have Allied and Rules Don't Apply. Two films that can't.
Did you see Allied?
I did not. What did you think? Did you see
I
it?
didn't see it. I mean, it got an Oscar nom for costumes.
Okay,
right?
I'll give it that.
Right?
Yeah, it did. Rules. I think I don't know what either of them are about.
Yeah.
And then Shut In, which was a horror film that came at the end of last year that tanked, both critically and in the box office. It made no money. And then the two big ones, Moonlight.
Okay.
Right off the heels of the Oscar, possibly a Best Picture win.
Yep.
And the one that I've been waiting for, Doctor Strange.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah, I think.
Is there extended or not?
I don't know, but I think I'm gonna try to do a Blu-ray review for that.
I'd watch that with you.
Yeah, we'll do a Blu-ray review. We'll check out the special features,
and stuff. Yeah,
and the stuff like that. And we'll come back with you next weekend with a Blu-ray review of that, which will be our first one since Ghostbusters.
Yay.
Let's see. Video on demand. Mm-hmm. We have Sing.
Okay.
Which
I haven't seen that yet.
I liked it a lot. And then Collateral Beauty, which I heard was atrocious.
Really? It looked so good.
I disagree. I thought the trailers looked stupid. And apparently the story is completely different from the trailers.
Oh.
Like, is entirely different
That's
from the trailers.
disappointing.
And it's really sad.
Yeah.
So, finally, today, to finish off the show...
Let's get some box office numbers in.
Let's get these box office numbers.
I don't even know what came out last week. Oh, John Wick, Lego Batman, and 50 Shades.
No, wrong.
Was that 2 weekends ago?
That was 2 weekends ago.
Oh,
but we'll talk about those. Why don't we just do all the weekends that we missed? So the weekend we missed.
Just do like top 5 for the weekends.
Well, let's just do the weekends we missed.
Don't do the whole thing.
Well, no, we'll just do a little bit. We missed 3 weekends.
Maybe we shouldn't do all three.
Let's see. The weekend, first weekend we missed was the 10th to 12th. Lego Batman opened at 53. 50 Shades opened at 46. John Wick opened at 30. Split was at 9. Hidden Figures at 8. That's pretty good. All three of them opened really well. Lego Batman obviously opened very well. 50 Shades opened exactly as everyone was expecting it to, and John Wick opened exactly.
Yeah. I want to see how. Okay, weekend after that.
Weekend after that was 17th and 19th. We got 3 new films that weekend. We got Great Wall, Fist Fight, and A Cure for Wellness.
Oh, I completely forgot all about those. Yeah,
that was last weekend. So still opening at the top. The top 2 remain the same. Lego Batman at 32, 50 Shades at 20. Dropping in the number 3 spot was The Great Wall.
Okay.
At 18.4. I'd like you to go out and see that.
I want to. Yeah.
I want to hear your review on that.
I want to see that. Yeah.
Dropping to number 4, John Wick Chapter 2 at 16 million. And then in number 5, Fist Fight, which I heard got really bad.
It just didn't look very interesting.
Then
when was John Wick? What was John Wick?
John Wick was 4 for that week. Then we have with 16.
Okay.
Then we have Hidden Figures, dropping a nice 7 in there. Split also getting 7. Okay. That's interesting. Going up nearing the Oscars, Hidden Figures jumped ahead of Split in the box office. Split, and then 8, A Dog's Purpose. 9, La La Land. Still made $4.5 million.
Probably taken back in for Oscars.
In its 11th weekend, made $4.5 million.
Wow.
Then number 10, sadly, exactly as I was expecting, A Cure for Wellness.
Yeah.
4.3. It's not gonna.
Was that its opening weekend?
Yeah, it's not gonna make its budget back. It's gonna be kind of sad because I liked that film a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that film deserves more money that it's not gonna get because it's not really approachable.
Yeah.
All right, and then
This weekend,
they've come out. Sitting in at number 1 is Get Out with $30 million. That's awesome. I'm seeing that hopefully tonight or tomorrow night.
Okay.
Still holding 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
That's insane.
Isn't that the movie directed by Jordan Peele?
Yeah.
The horror movie. Oh, I want to see that. Yeah.
We'll see it. But 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's
through this opening weekend. That's never heard of.
Else, yeah.
Number 2, Lego Batman movie
with
19.
Okay.
Moving up, John Wick Chapter 2 went up a slot. Was 4th last week. Now is 3rd with 9 million. Weirdly, in number 4th, The Great Wall at 8.7, and then dropping for some strange reason in its next week went from the 2nd spot 2 weekends in a row to now the 5th spot, 50 Shades Darker, which is a really interesting look.
Probably, I bet it was because everybody saw it and then they weren't going to go see it again. I think everybody who wanted to see it saw it in the first 2 weekends and then.
Yeah, but you usually see okay, the first weekend's when all the fans go and see it, and then the second weekend is when all the people who read the reviews go and see it. But the reviews were destroyed it, yet it still made that money.
Yeah.
Next up in 6th place is Fist Fight.
Okay.
6.3. Hidden Figures is in 7th at 5.8. La La Land goes up another place, 4.6.
It's got to be the Oscars.
La La Land beat out Split. Split dropped down to number 9 at 4.1.
I mean, it has to be the Oscars, right?
It does, because next up was Lion.
Oh, wow.
Lion but Lion made 3.8, which is crazy. That's in the top 10.
Yeah.
Number 11, Rock Dog. Brand new movie.
Rock Dog.
Such a terrible marketing campaign.
Yeah.
I think I saw one trailer a week ago for it. I think
I saw a poster for it once.
3.7. Still, in some reason, Dog's Purpose at 3.5. 13th, Collide. This movie that had been sitting.
Collide?
So apparently, this is this film that came out in theaters everywhere else in the world and finally came to America. Really bad. Stars Ben Kingsley.
I like Ben Kingsley.
The guy who plays Beast in the new X-Men's.
Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas Hoult and the girl from Rogue One.
Felicity Jones.
Yeah. So you think it's wow, that's a cast.
That's a good cast, yeah.
And not good.
What's it about?
It's Nicholas Hoult plays a drug dealer in
is it the one
Germany.
where the poster's them running?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't know. Heard it's bad. Sadly, in its 2nd week, A Cure for Wellness drops to 14th and makes 1.3. That is not making its money back.
Yeah.
When La La Land in its 12th week makes more than you in your 2nd, makes 4 times as much as you in your 2nd.
Man.
Let's drop down to Xander Cage makes 140,000 in its 6th week. Ooh.
Yeah.
Triple X hasn't made 300 million. It's only made 44. This might be domestic though.
Yeah.
Let's see. Some other. What's still randomly in theaters?
Finding Dory.
Hey, and that's Oh. I totally thought you dropped the F
No,
on there.
I said Finding Dory.
Okay. Doctor Strange still in theaters, making 81 grand in its 17th week. Yeah, good job, Doctor Strange. Let's see. Monster Trucks is somehow still alive.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Did you see that? I didn't see that, but it did not look.
It made $105,000. Let's see anything else funny that's going on. What else? What's in his
What's
longest?
the longest? Yeah, what's the
longest
longest
right
in
now?
there?
I think it's a multiple way tie between Doctor Strange, Hacksaw Ridge, and the Eagle Huntress are all in their 17th week in theaters
Wow.
right now. All made under 100.
That's a third of a year.
All made under 100,000. Is the Bye Bye Man still in theaters? We're about to see. That is a no. It is now in 0 theaters.
Cool.
Great. Patterson, 9th week, made 87,000. Let's see. What My Life as a Zucchini in 2 theaters opened with 28 grand. That's pretty good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see anything else that's weird. Let's see what average per theater. Get Out averaged 10 grand per theater as
Wow.
a wide release. That's
How many
pretty
theaters
good.
was it?
I mean, a lot. 2,700 theaters.
Wow. Yeah.
But it made its budget back in opening weekend. It made
That's
not only
really
did it make
good.
a budget back, it made 6 times its budget in opening weekend.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's awesome.
That's like,
Jordan Peele's doing well.
yeah. Whew. All right. I think that's ample time to close out the show.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for listening. You have been listening to WJRH 104.9 FM, Lafayette College Radio, Easton, Pennsylvania. This has
And
been
Make sure tonight, guys, you got to tune in. I mean, it's Oscar Sunday
season, yep.
biggest award show of the week.
We're going to be talking about this next week too. Big deal. We will hopefully next week get you review. We will definitely get you a review of Logan.
Oh,
hopefully
yeah.
we'll get you a Get Out review.
Maybe Great Wall. Who knows?
Maybe Great Wall. We'll see. We'll catch up. We'll do our usual segments. We'll do our closeout. We'll do our what we saw this week. News, everything. So yeah, tune in next week for our wrap up. I think we're announcing next week we are doing a small award ceremony called the Dinos. That's been currently on hold due to time constraints, but we will be doing that for you in the upcoming future. Next week, we will be introducing to you the nominees. The 3 of us sat down and created a list of nominees, and we're going to expand.
It's kind of like Oscars, but for us.
And we're going to expand it to the larger audience for who's going to win.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you guys for listening. I've been Ali Rosen.
I'm Josh Nolan.
Matt Peters was here, and this has been Animatronic Dinosaurs.
See you next week.